In this world, there is probably no woman more unfortunate than this woman. Already suffering from terminal cancer, she also caught her best friend and her husband having an affair. This miserable couple, her husband not only did not feel ashamed but also pushed her to fall and hit her head on the corner of the table. This unfortunate woman should have gone to court alone. However, she was lucky to be reborn 10 years before the tragedy happened. Her husband's voice called her, waking her up. This woman with all her misfortunes is named Jigwon. Since getting married, her life has been like hell. Tranjong, the day she stood on the wedding aisle, the day she should have been happy, her mother-in-law scolded her for being uneducated. If no one taught her to be a good person, then let her mother-in-law teach her instead. After getting married, her life became even more tragic. Just because she had been married for a long time but had no children, her mother-in-law made things difficult for her. After a while, her husband decided to think about staying at home and playing with stocks. Although the family was currently in debt, he still kept his habit of doing whatever he wanted. After hearing the news, his mother-in-law not only did not forbid or stop him, but also supported her son wholeheartedly. She thought that men had to take risks to become rich. In addition, her husband was a good flatterer. He promised that he would definitely earn a lot of money in the future. He would definitely bring a lot of money back to his mother. One gloomy day, Jigwon found out that she had cancer. After hearing the news, the first thing her mother-in-law thought of was not how to treat her daughter-in-law. Instead, she sat there blaming her son for marrying such a person. Instead of worrying about his wife, her son only thought about who would cook for him every day after she went to the hospital. This mother and son were not animals, they were not humans. Humans would definitely not say such animalistic words. Things didn't stop there. Fearing that the family would run out of money for food, her mother-in-law also told Jigwon not to tell anyone in the company about her illness. She had to work to earn money for this family until she was no longer able to work. After being hospitalized for treatment, the only person who visited Jigwon was her best friend Sumin. Seeing Sumin visit Jigwon, she exclaimed that having a best friend was so wonderful. Who would have thought that even though they called each other best friends, they were each taking care of their own things. Jigwon had no idea that the person she considered her best friend had been secretly having an affair with her husband for a long time. Although she didn't know who the green tea girl was who was having an affair with her husband, Jigwon knew that her husband was having an affair. One time, while holding her husband's phone, Jigwon accidentally saw a text message saying, "I miss you." However, just a moment later, her husband took back that message. As soon as she finished speaking, her best friend's phone rang repeatedly. She looked at her friend's somewhat shabby shoes. While she was talking about her thin shoes, the doctor announced that it was time for Jigwon to go deliver the medicine. At this time, Sumin was still flattering and advising Jigwon to try to hold on to her life. This life is so beautiful, she absolutely cannot give it up too soon. Who would have thought that the official was still showing concern for Jigwon, but a moment later, Sumin hurriedly went to find her best friend's husband. The two met like dry wood meeting a big fire. The sweet flame of love quickly burned both of them. While the couple was making love, Jigwon received an urgent notice from the hospital. If Jigwon wanted to continue treatment, she would have to pay the hospital fee. She really didn't know if her family wanted to pay or take her home to wait for the day she went to see the king. Jigwon called her husband until the phone was burning, but no one bothered to pick up. Because her husband was busy having fun with her best friend. With no other choice, Jigwon tried to endure the pain that was weighing on her and dragged herself out of the hospital. She had just reached the hospital gate when a taxi suddenly appeared from somewhere. After getting in the car, Jigwon confided in the driver a lot. She was worried about her unstable health and her unstable family. The driver told her that at noon, the movie had to wait for the ending. She had to go to the end of the road to see the ending for herself. As soon as he finished speaking, the driver suddenly turned the wheel. The car suddenly entered a strange road. Jigwon had never seen this strange road since she was born. It appeared in Jigwon's life by chance. After going through a dark tunnel, it was a road full of flowers. Finally, the car stopped in front of Jigwon's house. Before saying goodbye, the driver returned Jigwon the fare, saying that today was his last day as a taxi driver. So he gave Jigwon this small amount of money. Just think of it as a father giving his daughter some pocket money. He hoped Jigwon would keep this money as a souvenir. He believed that after receiving this money, Jigwon would immediately become healthy. Only then would she be able to live happily and healthily to earn a lot of money. In the future, she would definitely meet a man who was willing to sacrifice everything for her. She would definitely live a life of dignity. Happier now. Jigwon had just entered the house when she saw her best friend's bright red shoes. Taking another step, she heard the couple planning to buy insurance for her. They bought insurance for her to steal the huge insurance money. Hearing that, Jigwon was so angry that she wanted to go crazy. She angrily knocked on the door and shouted loudly, wanting to send this pair of cats and chickens to meet the king. I must report you for your crimes. What are you doing is no different from fraud. Oh my God, what the hell are you doing? Who do you think you are? Today, I must send you two to meet the king. Saying that, Jigwon sat down on the floor in pain. At this point, Sumin still wanted to play the good guy. She slowly walked in front of Jigwon, pretending to be innocent. Since things had come to this point, Jigwon would only die if she tried. No matter what, the living must continue to live. Isn't Jigwon about to die? It's a waste for her husband to let her best friend use it. Sumin is also shameless. Jigwon probably only thinks about herself. Seeing her best friend shameless, Jigwon is so angry that she wants to go crazy. Jigwon swears that even if she goes to hell, she will drag Sumin along. Hearing that, her husband angrily runs out and scolds her for being a good-for-nothing. If you want to go to the king's court, go by yourself, we don't need you. Saying that, he pushed her down and hit her head on the table. Just a second ago, Jigwon was pushed to her death by her own husband, but a second later, she was transported to 10 years ago. Her blurry vision gradually became clearer. The man who had personally sent her off to the king's court made Jigwon panic. Then she kept throwing things at him. She even grabbed her husband's hair in front of many colleagues. Manhwa was about to fight back when a man appeared and pushed him away. He reminded Jigwon that this was a company, not a market. Hearing that, Jigwon looked around in panic. Seeing that her hands were no longer marked with injections, she ran madly to the mirror. Up until now, Jigwon still didn't understand what had happened. In her panic, Jigwon accidentally knocked over a pot of boiling water. Once again, it was the department head who saved her life. As soon as Jigwon raised her head, she saw her best friend, Sumin, who was worried about her. In a blink of an eye, Jigwon suddenly remembered the mean words Sumin had said before she crossed over. Jigwon ran madly outside. She didn't care that her shoes had fallen off. While running to the subway, Jigwon unfortunately got a cramp in her foot. This time, it was the department head who appeared in time to save her. Jaehyuk took her shoes and chased after Jigwon. Looking up, Jigwon saw the surrounding scenery as if it was going back in time. It wasn't until the surrounding scenery returned to 2013 that everything stopped. Jaehyuk not only took Jigwon home but also gave her some money because he knew she was going out in a hurry. After returning home, Jigwon felt that everything was both familiar and strange. It wasn't until she saw the expiration date on the food in the refrigerator that Jigwon believed that she had returned to 10 years before the tragedy happened. After eating her fill, Jigwon began to resolve the confusion. She knew what kind of person Jaehyuk was who had saved her 3 times. In 2021, Jaehyuk was promoted to head of the Department of Although no one knew his true identity at the moment, he was actually the grandson of the founder of Thinking of this, Jigwon took out the money that Jaehyuk gave her. However, she suddenly discovered that she had brought the money that the driver gave her before she crossed over. Moreover, there was a heart on the money. It was Jigwon's father who drew this heart when he was still alive. In a moment, Jigwon understood everything. The person who helped her cross over was her father. When Jigwon understood this, the driver's photo had also changed. The things hanging in the car also turned into the common axis of the father and daughter. Jigwon was immersed in grief when she suddenly heard the sound of the door opening. It turned out that Minhoan had come to find her. The two of them led each other to a roadside restaurant. At the same time, her best friend Sumin also kept texting Jigwon to ask what she was doing. Minhoan asked Jigwon to come here to ask her why she made things difficult for him during the day. Actually, Minhoan wanted to ask Jigwon when they would finally be able to have children. It had been a long time since they slept together. Hearing this, Jigwon suddenly remembered the time before she crossed over. At that time, Jigwon also thought she was pregnant. However, after going to the doctor, she said that all her symptoms were just due to the pressure of life. That's why Jigwon had gastritis. Seeing Jigwon's absent-minded appearance, Minhoan thought he had said something wrong. He quickly said that he was just joking. If it was before she was reborn, Jigwon would still half believe it. However, now she knew Minhoan's true face. Thinking of this, Jigwon immediately said that she had gastritis and was not pregnant. At the same time, Jigwon also suggested breaking up with Minhoan. After hearing the news that Jigwon wanted to break up with Minhoan, she immediately crazy. You're not pregnant? You just have gastritis? Then why are you so sensitive? Let's go our separate ways. I have nothing more to say, right? Are you done talking? Today when you were mad at me in the company, I tried to sympathize with you because I thought you were pregnant. But at night, you said you wanted to break up with me. Let me go. This rotten woman. What did I say wrong? Why did you get mad at me? Are you crazy to say such things? You're the crazy one. You were the one who pushed me to the brink, but now you can't stand it when I say break up. Let me go. What right do you have to break up with me? I have to send you to your ancestors. Tell me what right do you have to have? This girl has the ability to predict the future. She knew that the next second her best friend would pretend to bump into her and dump a tray of food on her face. So the next second she turned the tables. Let's sit over there, damn it. The girl had perfectly avoided her best friend's plot. Everything was because the girl had traveled from 10 years ago to the present. In her previous life, because her best friend and her male father betrayed her, she died early. In this life, she had a bold idea. It was to let her best friend marry the male father in her place. Then her fate would be transferred to her best friend. She went to the bathroom to wash her hands and just heard someone calling from the bathroom next door. After going up to ask, she found out that the person inside was on her period but didn't bring anything. So Ji-won brought something for the girl. She even used her jacket to cover the stain on the other person's pants. The other person was extremely grateful for Ji-won's kindness. After greeting, they found out that they were colleagues in the same department. They just didn't interact much. Ji-won then took the girl out to eat. Soo-min apologized to Min-hwan for dirtying his Siamese shirt earlier. After seeing Soo-min's pitiful expression, Min-hwan generously told her not to worry. Ji-won clearly remembered that the Siamese shirt on Min-hwan's body was very expensive. Seeing the two of them singing and praising each other, Ji-won thought that the two of them had indeed started massaging fireworks. But it was also just as Ji-won wished. Only then could Ji-won smoothly change her fate. So Ji-won took the opportunity to go to the bathroom and leave to give the two of them some private space. Before leaving, Ji-won told her boyfriend to take good care of himself. Finally, the two of them finished lunch and left the cafeteria. The two of them stood in the elevator and returned to the office. Because there were too many people in the elevator, the two were forced into the elevator by everyone. What kind of perfume do you use that smells so good? Ji-won on this side went up to the yard. Ji-won on this side went up to the yard to find her colleagues. Ji-won wanted her colleagues to help her review the plan. The manager finished reading it and said that the plan was very good. But Ji-won told the other party to give this plan to the team leader for the team leader to review. Ji-won then told manager Kim that not only her plan but also the plans of many other colleagues in the company had been sent to the team leader. The team leader had only read the first few pages and the truth had already hit manager Kim in the face. The new team leader said to Kim, "I'll finish this project with you later." "Yes, I really feel comfortable being with you." The team leader just looked at the first few pages of the truth and hit manager Kim straight in the face. After saying that, Soo-min felt that the weather was too hot and wanted to eat a round of candy. However, last time he ate it all and Ji-won forgot to buy it. Soo-min immediately felt angry. "What is it? You clearly know that I like eating candy the most." "What happened, Ji-won, did you make Soo-min cry?" "Min-hwan, Ji-won said he didn't bring candy. He obviously knew I like candy. If you had the heart, you would have prepared it long ago. I'm really sad." After hearing that, Min-hwan immediately nodded her girlfriend's head and took out a box of candy that she had prepared in advance from her pocket. Ji-won even foolishly thanked her boyfriend. Then she willingly went behind the two of them to carry their things. "Sorry, I made you wait for a long time." "It's okay." The young girl suddenly appeared from behind. Seeing the fake earrings in Ji-won's hand, she lifted her hair and pointed at her hand, saying that the earrings she was wearing were the real ones. The two of them went to a restaurant to drink. This was the first time the young girl had eaten spicy rice cakes. She was so happy that she kept clapping her hands. While talking, Ji-won mentioned that she went to the class reunion but was not welcomed. Even became a laughingstock in the eyes of everyone. "See, why did you suffer from school violence? Why did it happen?" She didn't know either. One day, they suddenly hated her, causing her to gradually close herself off. The more she closed herself off, the more mistakes she made. As a result, people hated her even more. The girl advised Ji-won to be brave for once. "Go ask your classmates why they did that. Only when you know the truth can you resolve the conflict with the other party." After listening, Ji-won felt like her eyes had been opened in her previous life. She hid in the bathroom. But when she heard the important part, they discovered her. Ji-won felt that she should continue listening to this conversation. However, she didn't have the courage to do so. After listening, the girl decided to help Ji-won. After saying that, she wrapped up some dumplings to take home to eat. "I can finally repay you for your kindness." The girl took Ji-won to a high-end store. "This is the boss I admire the most." "Hello, I'm designer Song Jimin. Let's go inside." The girl told Ji-won not to worry about the cost because she can be a member here. She had a membership card for a long time but didn't use it. Hearing that, the designer gave the young girl a look that indicated that she would definitely cooperate. The designer said that the membership card could not be expired. Only then did Ji-won feel secure in cutting her hair. The girl also invited a makeup artist to transform Ji-won into a beautiful person. After a makeover from head to toe, Ji-won looked at herself in the mirror with tears in her eyes. Ji-won really couldn't believe that she could be so different. Perfect, it really suited her. "Do you like it?" Ji-won was very satisfied with this look. Then the girl took Ji-won to try on clothes at a famous brand. After shopping until her hands were tired, she threatened Ji-won to buy a bag. "How about this? It's too old-fashioned." The successor, Soo-min, was carrying this bag. Ji-won looked at the bag for a long time and decided to buy it. Soon it was time for the class reunion. Soo-min had come early to the appointment. This cute girl hadn't changed at all. As soon as she sat down, her classmates started to brag about their careers. Everyone had the look of a successful person. Soo-min said that she was lucky to be where she was today. Ji-won also encouraged her a lot. "Are you still hanging out with her?" "Ji-won is my other half. You're such a weak little girl that she's sitting on your head and neck. I wonder how she's living now. Her life must still be miserable. She must still be bullying you like before." I heard that Ji-won will be coming soon and everyone was surprised. Then, Su-min lied that Ji-won's mood hasn't been good lately. It's also because Su-min invited Ji-won to work at the company. As a result, Ji-won had feelings for Min-hoon not long after entering the company. Isn't your target Min-hoon? You two like the same person. No, it's not like that. Can we not mention this when Ji-won comes later? What are you afraid of? She's starting again. The classmates who heard this story all felt indignant for Su-min. Everyone swore that they would teach Ji-won a lesson later. This girl originally wanted to let best friend lost face at the class reunion. Unexpectedly, the fake earrings she was wearing were discovered. She immediately became the object of laughter. Ji-won dressed beautifully for the class reunion. Not only did she attract everyone's attention, she also made her best friend dumbfounded. What the hell is going on? The ugly duckling, why did she become so beautiful now? I don't remember who you are, so this is the first time we've met. You really don't know manners. As soon as Ji-won sat down, she was ridiculed by her classmates. Everyone said Ji-won wore the same earrings as Su-min and dared to come here. The two pairs of earrings don't look the same. Ji-won's look much more high-end. This looks a bit complicated. If I'm not mistaken, this is a fake, right? What's wrong with you? Su-min, you should buy the real thing. Su-min immediately felt extremely embarrassed. Ji-won beside her was extremely happy. It turned out that Su-min had called Ji-won last night. She opened her mouth and immediately wanted to steal Ji-won's plan. Can I change the plan a little and submit it? Ji-won recalled how Su-min had relied on her plan to successfully snatch the opportunity to become a full-time employee. Thinking of this, Ji-won immediately refused. Why is that? Didn't you get rejected? I have a feeling that I will succeed. I have to become a full-time employee. Can't we be good sisters and help each other a little? Facing Su-min's constant pestering, Ji-won still did not change her mind. Also, it's not good for you to call me by my name at work. Even though we are friends, our positions are different and our experiences are different. You told me to make coffee and then ordered me around. Things are a bit too out of line. Can we separate our personal and professional lives a little? Su-min was feeling extremely angry when Ji-won came back. Hanging up the phone. How dare Ji-won treat her like this? In order to take revenge, Ji-won Su-min sent her another message reminding her not to forget to come to the class reunion tomorrow. Okay, if you don't pay attention, you'll forget how chubby you used to be. Okay, if you don't know, I'll teach you a lesson again. Tomorrow, you must wear the earrings I gave you. When Ji-won was about to go to the party, her co-worker noticed the gift box on the ground. After opening it, she told Ji-won that it was a fake. The person who gave such a gift only had one intention, which was to embarrass her sister. The co-worker exchanged her real earrings for Ji-won. Ji-won also decided that before teaching others, it was better to teach herself first. Seeing Su-min embarrassed, Ji-won's mood improved a lot. After that, Ji-won went to the restroom that she had been in her previous life. She decided to sit inside to find out the situation. The secret was that her best friend behind her told these friends about her that made them hate her so much. Very quickly, the three of them went inside. Ji-won heard the same conversation as in her previous life. Just when she was about to hear the main point, the group of people suddenly stopped. We saw Kong Ji-won in high school. Wait a minute. What's wrong? Kong Ji-won wasn't sitting at the dining table just now. Hearing that, they started kicking the door with their feet. Ji-won didn't want to be caught by them like in her previous life. She took the initiative to go out from inside. You're sitting here, why are you pretending not to be here? I came in first. Hearing you guys come in, I had to go out to greet you guys later. Ji-won just smiled and told them to continue talking about the matter just now. She was really curious about what she did to Su-min in high school. You really don't know. As long as it's Su-min's, he'll try to get it. He always imitates Su-min. Aren't these earrings also imitated by Su-min? Ji-won took out the earrings her best friend gave her and said they were fake. The earrings she's wearing are the real ones. These earrings she bought herself. What else could I steal from Sumin? Men. The three classmates asked Ji-won if her current love interest was Min Hwan or not. However, Min Hwan was clearly the person Sumin liked, and there was also the story of Sumin and Eun-ho dating. They thought that Ji-won was the one who advised the two of them to break up after knowing that they were dating. After knowing the story, Ji-won was extremely surprised. She didn't expect her best friend to slander her like that. The three classmates continued their story. Ji-won joined a large company as a contract employee. Then Ji-won even stole Sumin's love interest. It's really impossible to talk to you guys properly. What did you say? You only heard from one side and have such a malicious attitude towards others, you didn't even go and find out the truth. Ji-won angrily took out her ID card and said that she was the representative of She has been working in the company for 7 years and Sumin only started working in the company last year. I remember that I was promoted to manager for 2 years before Sumin started working, probably around last year. Oh my god. I often meet him to ask about his background, so I know it was early last year. Finally, Ji-won emphasized that Min Hwan is her boyfriend. After saying that, Ji-won called Min Hwan, then she told him to greet his classmate. Hello, I'm Kong Ji-won's boyfriend, my name is Park Min Hwan. Except for Miss Soo Min, I have never heard Ji-won mention other friends, I should greet everyone more. After getting the answer, Ji-won returned to her seat to get her shirt and prepare to leave this place. Soo-min suddenly asked Ji-won where Kong Ji-won wanted to go. Sure enough, her classmates still did not want to let her go. They wanted to know why Ji-won knew Soo-min was dating Eun-ho, but still told them to break up. Only then did Ji-won know that all the grievances she had suffered since school were caused by a close friend. Yet she foolishly told on Soo-min and considered Soo-min her best friend. Ji-won generously admitted that she had indeed liked Eun-ho when she was in school. However, Soo-min had never been with Eun-ho. Had he ever dated Eun-ho? Soo-min encouraged Ji-won to confess, but secretly changed the content of the confession letter. This caused the two people who had feelings for each other to gradually become distant. Finally, on the day of the class reunion, the gay guy exposed Soo-min's lie and confessed to Ji-won. Soo-min also said that when she and Eun-ho were secretly seeing each other, Ji-won was like a mistress who wanted to separate the two. However, the truth was completely different. At that time, Ji-won was the one who had feelings for Eun-ho. Because Soo-min was bad, this relationship was broken, Ji-won explained until her throat was sore and her mouth was sore. However, when everyone saw Soo-min's pitiful appearance, they thought Ji-won was plotting a love affair. A person with a bad temper like her doesn't have any friends. Why do you have to be so calculating? Because you are calculating, I calculate. It is because I do not calculate that you have forgotten how you bullied me 3 years ago. Until now, I took out my business card to prove my innocence, and you still say I am mean. Who knows if that business card is fake or not? The bag she was holding was fake. Big sister immediately got angry and said it was real. After receiving her first salary, she bought this bag in installments for 12 months. Okay, forget it, you are so ridiculous. You are so arbitrary, guessing that other people's things are fake and then saying you are forgetting. Otherwise, what else do you want me to say? Apologize to me quickly. You are the ones who should apologize. Ji-won accused them of bullying her all through high school because of Soo-min's random words. Big sister said that she was a representative of justice. Seeing Soo-min suffer, of course she had to step in to quell the chaos. Ji-won was speechless after hearing this. She felt like a piece of meat on the table for them to cut as they pleased. Suddenly a voice rang out. The person who stepped forward was Eun-ho. In front of everyone, Eun-ho told the whole truth. He affirmed that he and Soo-min had never dated. Being exposed right in front of everyone, Soo-min was embarrassed and lowered her head. Seeing Ji-won hadn't seen her for a long time, Eun-ho smiled and started talking to her. Eun-ho was able to appear at the reunion today because Ji-hyuk had invited him many times. Let me ask, are you free this weekend? You don't seem bad, but I have a girlfriend. That's not what I meant. It's not like you think. Absolutely not. I just wanted to invite you to a reunion. Eun-ho didn't want to attend this reunion. Because until now, he still couldn't forgive Ji-won. Eun-ho didn't expect Ji-won to dare to say that to him in the confession letter. I'm really like that, why are you saying that to me? Don't talk to me anymore. From then on, Ji-won was emotionally hurt. He kept avoiding love. He even wore a ring every day for show. However, his colleagues' words helped him change his mind. If he wanted to go, he had to dress up nicely. So Eun-ho appeared at the class reunion looking handsome. Unexpectedly, he saw Ji-won being slandered. Eun-ho immediately went to Ji-won's rescue. Ji-hyuk could predict what would happen because he was also a person who traveled back to the past. Because he had secretly loved Ji-won for a long time, Ji-hyuk still didn't have a girlfriend. This made his grandfather very dissatisfied. Ji-hyuk could only say that he had someone in his heart. Someone he knew. Whose daughter's name is that? I have a one-sided love. Ji-hyuk said that he had always done things according to his grandfather's wishes, but when it came to marriage, he wanted to follow his heart. I hope you believe me. I thought you didn't know. Have I ever done something I didn't like? It's just that I didn't have my own thoughts, so I did it. Grandpa was very happy that his grandson had something he wanted to do, but he was extremely curious about whose daughter Ji-hyuk liked. When he got in the car, he ordered his secretary to quickly investigate. Even if he had to turn the city upside down, he had to find that person. During the class reunion, everyone was curious about why Eun-ho was here. Eun-ho didn't care about the others and just stared at Ji-won without taking his eyes off her. Finally, he spoke first. You liked me before, right? So why did you do that at that time? Hearing Eun-ho say that, Ji-won immediately became tense. Then she turned around and ran away from this place. Ji-won's strange actions made the people there feel confused. After thinking for a while, Ji-hyuk decided to go to the class reunion. As soon as he arrived, Ji-hyuk saw Ji-won running out of it. Ji-won's new look made Ji-hyuk stand there, dumbfounded. Eun-ho also chased after Ji-won to explain. I'm sorry, let me wipe your hands for you. Ji-hyuk followed Ji-won and coincidentally saw the two holding hands. Seeing this, Ji-hyuk immediately became jealous. Not wanting the pain from her previous life to repeat itself again, Ji-won said she never liked Eun-ho. When Ji-won was about to turn around and leave, Eun-ho stopped her. I used to really like you. The next day, the beautiful Ji-won returned to work, making everyone stare in amazement. However, it made Ji-hyuk feel insecure. He started to wonder whether he should tell Ji-won the whole truth about Min-hwan, and Sumin. Min-hwan was overjoyed, always wanting to find a chance to be with Ji-won. Why are you so beautiful? It seems like the department head is interested in you. You guys were the ones who abused her, but now you're blaming me. After being exposed for who she really is, Sumin started to become indifferent. Late at night, Sumin went to see Min-hwan to comfort him. At the same time, Hee-jaeon's true identity was about to be revealed. Unexpectedly, Hee-jaeon was Ji-hyuk's younger sister. The girl was embarrassed because her best friend was taking revenge. In the middle of the night, he went to find his best friend's lover and cried. The two even invited each other to eat and drink, then flirted with each other. But when she left, Sumin started to manipulate everyone's psychology. But the classmates already knew that Sumin's true identity was just a trainee. Thanks to Ji-won's introduction, Sumin was able to enter a big company. The classmates told Sumin to use the company's name to prove it. However, Sumin had nothing to use. The boss immediately got angry. Before that, she had asked Sumin to teach her the secret to passing the interview at a big company. On top of that, she also invited Soo Min to a meal. The result was that Soo Min had a back door. Not counting this, there was also the matter of Soo Min dating Eun Ho. Everyone wanted Soo Min to explain clearly. Eun Ho, who normally never contacted, suddenly came to the class reunion. Soo Min felt like she had been doused with cold water. After that, she kept defending that it was all in the past. She had long forgotten about it. Are you kidding us? We were fooled all this time because of your lies. Now everyone knows that Ji-won didn't force Soo Min to take over, but she intentionally made everyone misunderstand. Have you always wanted to harm Ji-won? Why do I have to do that? I'm Ji-won's friend. That's right, Kang Ji-won was cursed all through high school, not because of you. You said she wanted your boyfriend. You said she cursed your way of dressing and wanted to take everything from you. You're the one who complains all day. I didn't tell you to curse Kang Ji-won. You were the ones who bullied yourself and then blamed me. Soo Min responded and stood up and left. This time, her classmates saw her true face. Soo Min still didn't know how to eat when she went to the bathroom. When did I tell them to curse that girl? Why are they cursing me now? Those ghosts. Soo Min angrily called Ji-won, but the other party did not bother to answer. Why did Baek Eun Ho suddenly appear at that time? By the time Soo Min came out, all of her friends had already left. This time she was the one who was abandoned. At the same time, Ji-won received Eun Ho's confession in an ambiguous atmosphere. Section Chief Ju standing behind finally couldn't stand it anymore. Ji-hyuk called Ji-won and said that there was an urgent matter that required her to come to the hotel for the whole day. Okay, I'll be there in 30 minutes. After hanging up the phone, Ji-won said goodbye to Eun Ho. Can I have your phone number? Ji-won saved his number in Eun Ho's phone and hurriedly left. Eun Ho was extremely happy to get Ji-won's number. He waved goodbye to Ji-won, but when he turned back, he met Ji-hyuk's fierce gaze. He also didn't want to lose. Ji-won hurriedly went to the hotel as agreed. Manager Ju said that he would invest a lot of money in online marketing. But the company's concept is relatively conservative. Therefore, Ji-hyuk wants Ji-won to support his proposal unconditionally. After entering the observation room, Ji-won is overwhelmed by the scene before her eyes. This place is really too awesome. This will be a platform for all ages in the next 10 years. At this time, Director Wang suddenly walks in. Manager Ju introduces Ji-won to him. This is the time when the violent Wang Hyo-in of the company is still in the company. Ji-won remembers that in his previous life, this manager often beat up the flight attendant. A video accidentally went viral on the internet, making him embarrassed. Thinking of this, Ji-won still smiles and asks him. Director Wang sees how beautiful Ji-won is and tries to shake her hand. However, Manager Ju in the middle quickly stops him. Working with such a beautiful employee is really interesting. Ji-won suddenly understood why the team leader Kim was so arrogant at the company. It was because he had a big backer. After finishing work, Chief Ju offered to take Ji-won home. Ji-won was chatting happily with Chief Ju when suddenly her best friend called. You coldly hung up. If you have an appointment, I can wait for you there. No. Ji-won turned on her phone again. Seeing the message from Eun Ho, Ji-won smiled slightly. That scene was accidentally caught by Chief Ju. Who sent the message? My classmate is going to a class reunion today. We haven't seen each other for a long time, so we exchanged contact information. Ji-won confessed that she used to really like Eun Ho. He was also her first love. Hearing Ji-won say that, Chief Ju couldn't calm down anymore. Meeting your first love can bring back past emotions. However, people often say that first love is just a love to remember. So let past emotions pass. There's no such feeling between us. I have a boyfriend now anyway. Section Chief Ju was stabbed twice in a row. When they were about to get home, Ji-won and I saw Manhwa's back. Ji-won quickly adjusted the seat to avoid Manhwa from seeing her. Recently, all the cats and dogs are driving luxury cars. You can't see inside the car from the outside. That's not what I did. Don't you want to be seen? Why should I? Soo-min, what's wrong? Why are you here at this hour? Seeing Soo-min's eyes swollen from crying, Min-hwan kept asking. Min-hwan was about to take Soo-min to Ji-won's house, but suddenly realized that Ji-won had changed her password. The password was the first day Min-hwan and Ji-won started dating. It seemed to be 0622, so he could call Ji-won to check. Min-hwan couldn't call Ji-won, so he could only comfort the heartbroken Soo-min, but his eyes were looking down. Seeing the attractive scene, Min-hwan suddenly felt hot. Min-hwan quickly took off his coat and put it on Soo-min. Don't cry anymore, let's go out. The man saw his girlfriend suddenly become beautiful and wished he could hold her in his arms. Honey, are you really my girlfriend? I didn't realize it. Ji-won didn't expect her boyfriend to be so agitated. Wanting to touch her right at the company, Ji-won fearfully stepped back. The two of them smiled awkwardly, making Soo-min and the department head very uncomfortable. Last night, Soo-min took advantage of her beauty to intentionally invite Min-hwan out for a drink. She drank a few glasses and told him that she was now very worried that Ji-won would misunderstand her because of the class reunion. Min-hwan felt that Ji-won wasn't that kind of person. Ji-won has been strange lately, I feel more and more distant from you. Min-hwan also felt that his girlfriend had been acting very strangely recently. Could it be that Ji-won has a new lover? No way. Ji-won liking me means that she likes my handsomeness and style. Soo-min suddenly changed the subject and said that she was lucky to have met Min-hwan tonight. Otherwise, she would have hidden in bed and cried all night. You're the best, you're the coolest. These words made Min-hwan immediately happy look. This time, Soo-min even deliberately touched chopsticks with him. The two looked up at each other, causing Min-hwan to completely fall into the trap. On Ji-won's side, she wanted to stay away from the two of them, so she was walking along the Han River with the head of the department Ju. While chatting, Ji-won mentioned the fast food box project she was working on. The head of the department Ju was a bit surprised when he heard it. He immediately told Ji-won to show it to him when she finished. No need. I'm really looking forward to it, so please finish it as soon as possible. If that's the case, then fine. The head of the department suddenly took off his glasses. Ji-won was surprised by how handsome he looked without glasses. She conveniently complimented him a few sentences. Was the head of the department planning to wear glasses for her husband? Seeing that it was late, the head of the department took Ji-won home. Ji-hyo originally wanted to remind Ji-won to peacefully break up with Min-hwan, but because she was too nervous, she said the wrong thing. In short, I don't think it's necessary to get married. It seems like you're a non-marriageist, right? If it's not like that, I want to get married too. I mean, oh my god. The manager saw him smile so well. This sentence solved the awkward situation at that time. After returning home, Ji-won saw Hye-sung placing the interior decoration proposal on the table. This is exactly what you want. Ji-won was touched. If you want to do everything, I advise you to move. Move later. This was also a good idea. At this moment, Min-hwan called. Ji-won answered the phone and her best friend's voice suddenly rang out. Seeing this, she immediately hung up. Min-hwan sent countless messages to Ji-won to explain on behalf of Soo-min. Everything at the class reunion was just a misunderstanding. In order for this pair of cats and chickens to get together as soon as possible, Ji-won told Min-hwan to bring her best friend home. At the same time, remember to take good care of Soo-min. After explaining, Ji-won tiredly lay on the bed. Thinking about the scene of the two closest people betraying her in her previous life, Ji-won began to beg those two to get married. As soon as possible, her phone suddenly rang again. Ji-won saw Eun-ho's phone and her expression immediately changed. The two of them reminisced about the past. Ji-won suddenly brought up the past. He had told Min not to talk to him anymore, which was why things turned out like this. The more Ji-won talked, the more angry Eun-ho became. He clearly said that Ji-won had rejected him at first. Did I reject you? That's right, I still have that letter, your letter of inquiry. I was going to throw it away, but I couldn't. It was clear that Ji-won had not received Eun-ho's confession letter and had never written a letter of inquiry to him. Ji-won immediately realized everything. She asked Eun-ho to bring the letter of inquiry to her if he had time. The next day, Ji-won went to the company. Ji-won was no longer wearing that rustic outfit. Her new look made the surrounding colleagues gasp. Soo-min was about to talk when Min-ho pushed her away mercilessly. Are you really my girlfriend? I didn't recognize you. You wanted to give me a surprise. I was so surprised. Honey, you look like someone else without your glasses. I've never seen Ji-won without her glasses. Oh my god, how could that be? It's just so different. Looking at Ji-won, she was really different. This intimate scene between the two was accidentally seen by Section Chief Do. Ji-won even smiled brightly. Ji-hyuk was so engrossed that he accidentally bumped into something on the table. I'm sorry. Section Chief, let me help you clean it up. Then I'll leave it to you. Section Chief ignored Soo-min, walked straight towards Ji-won. I feel like what you're wearing today isn't suitable for the company. It looks good on you. Why did you say that to her? Maybe it's because I've never seen her without her glasses before, that's why I feel that way. I'm sorry. I saw it yesterday. Yesterday was the weekend and this is the first time I've gone to work. Ji-won also noticed that the manager was wearing contact lenses today. She feels that you're extremely handsome. Soo-min also ran over to compliment Ji-hyuk on his handsomeness. Ji-hyuk interrupted Soo-min and left the office embarrassed. Min-ho knew that the two of them had met privately yesterday and suddenly felt dangerous. During lunch break, everyone gathered around and praised Min-ho for having good eyesight. How did you get a girlfriend as beautiful as Ji-won? That's because people don't know. Ji-won is naturally beautiful. You have to keep Ji-won safe. I heard that there are male colleagues in the company who have their eyes on Ji-won. Min-ho said that she wasn't scared, but as soon as she turned around, she hurriedly looked for Ji-won. Min-ho pretended to care about Ji-won and then asked her why she met with department head Ji-hyuk yesterday. Ji-won feels a little guilty for taking advantage of Ji-hyuk. Because there was something urgent, Ji-hyuk called me there. That's why I hurriedly left the class reunion. That bastard can't be like that. I think Ji-hyuk seems to be paying attention to you. Ji-won immediately retorted that it was impossible. Min-ho said that her intuition was always right. Because she was so beautiful, it drove him crazy. How hateful. To assert her sovereignty, Min-ho happily held Ji-won's hand. You're really beautiful today. But if you're so beautiful and you hover around me, I'll be angry. Only I can admire you. You're mine. Ji-won felt nauseous when she saw Min-ho's hand reaching towards her. Seeing that Min-ho was about to go further, Ji-won immediately pushed the hot coffee cup on the table onto him. To save the burned boy, Min-ho hurriedly ran away. While Soo-min was wondering, Ji-won suddenly appeared in front of her. Ji-won suddenly discovered that her new friend had a secret crush on the department head at the company. Seeing the two of them being so intimate, Ji-won was extremely shocked. Ji-won had no idea that Jae-on was actually Ji-hyo's biological sister. At the same time, Ji-hyo's reincarnation identity was also confirmed. He changed his previous style and started helping Ji-won punish the couple. Ji-won also started attacking his best friend. Soo-min wanted to apologize to her for what happened at the class reunion. However, Soo-min was still stubborn and refused to admit her mistake. It happened 10 years ago, why do you blame me? It's true that I wasn't thinking clearly at that time, so I said something wrong. But I often misunderstand. After listening, Ji-won was speechless. She smiled and said that she was no longer angry, but her tone was still full of sarcasm. Unless you want to bully me and make me look like a freak. But only a crazy person would treat their best friend like that, right? That's right, there's no reason for me to do that. Ji-won suddenly talked about her school days. At that time, the bully girl often used strange things to torment her. So tomorrow, Ji-won will go see Eun-ho to clarify everything. You want to see Eun-ho? That's right, the other day he gave me his phone number and asked to meet me. Soo-min suddenly got scared. Ji-won told Soo-min not to worry about her. This time she will make the person behind it pay dearly. Soo-min suddenly changed the subject. She felt that Min-hon would be unhappy when Ji-won went to see another man. My Min-hon is not that kind of person. As long as I'm happy, Min-hon is happy too. Moreover, the stock price has been increasing recently, so Min-hon has earned a lot of money. Min-hon is trying to buy a house for both of them. That's great. Ji-won knows that her best friend is trying to play a trick on her. After work, Soo-min deliberately takes the elevator with Ji-won. Soo-min acts very friendly, but Ji-won doesn't respond to her enthusiasm. The two of us are going together again. After entering the elevator, Ji-hyuk, who came later, also wants to go on the same trip. At this moment, Ji-hyuk sees Ji-won inside. He immediately opens the elevator door and enters. In the elevator, assistant Jong suddenly praises Ji-won's hairstyle. No wonder everyone is jealous of Min-hon. Some people also say that Ji-won and Min-hon are a good match. These words are like a knife that gradually stabs Ji-hyuk's heart. The elevator stops on the first floor. Ji-hyuk doesn't follow the crowd but turns back to call Ji-won. He asks her why she is dressed like that to the company today. Ji-won curiously asks Ji-hyuk why she is dressed so strangely today. Ji-hyuk hesitated and finally mustered up the courage to tell Ji-won that he was wearing contact lenses today because of her advice. Ji-hyuk wanted to know who Ji-won was dressing so nicely for. Ji-won explained that she dressed like that on purpose today just because she wanted to feel better. She also wanted the colleagues around her to change their attitudes towards her. Hearing Ji-won's explanation, Ji-hyuk suddenly burst out laughing. You look really different when you smile. Please smile more in the future. Although I'm not very knowledgeable about fashion, if you change your style, you'll look much more handsome. I just want to advise you like that. Now I'll go first. Ji-hyuk suddenly felt the river of the countryside stretching. Ji-hyuk immediately called his younger sister, Hee-jae-on. Ji-won was waiting for the bus and thought that the section chief seemed to have fallen in love with her. Thinking of this, she couldn't help but feel happy. Suddenly a familiar voice rang out. Ji-won looked to the side and saw her colleague. What's wrong with her? Hee-jae-on, what are you doing? Why are you acting so outrageously? Is it because you're too happy? I know you're happy, but you're still using me. Ji-won saw the intimate actions of the two and suddenly snapped out of her illusion. Ji-won remembered that in her previous life, when Jaeon was transferred, it was because team leader Kim said she had an improper relationship with section chief Do. When she thought of Hee-jae on being ambiguous with Ji-hyuk, Ji-won suddenly felt embarrassed. She almost did something inappropriate with her best friend. Ji-won suddenly felt lucky to still have Min-hon by her side. If Min-hon hadn't bothered her, there probably wouldn't have been anything between her and the department head. At the same time, Hee-jae-on followed her brother home. As soon as she entered, she bragged to her grandfather that her brother had led her to the VIP room. And her brother told her to choose whatever she wanted. You look so happy? It's been a long time since I've been this happy. Moreover, your brother pretended not to care about brands. He's really super cool. Ji-hyuk, who was sitting next to her, was speechless. He originally didn't intend to let his sister brag to his grandfather. After the two left, his grandfather asked the secretary if she had found that woman yet. I left the information in the president's office. When he got home, Ji-hyuk confided in his little cat. He was wondering whether he should tell Ji-won everything directly or not. Should he hide from Ji-won that she would soon be betrayed by Min-hoon and Soo-min? Not only that, those two were the ones who sent Ji-won off to the king's court. But after thinking about it again, Ji-hyuk still decided to ignore it. Because if he did, his identity as a reincarnated person would be exposed. Ji-hyuk sent off his shirt to reveal the heart on his chest. Ji-won once said that every time her father gave her pocket money, he would draw a heart on it. Ji-hyuk suspected that this had some kind of connection. Ji-hyuk's thoughts went back to his previous life. After Ji-won passed away, he attended the funeral. He arrested Min-hoon, who was one of the suspects in Kang Ji-won's case. "Miss Dong Soo-min, please come with us." "What the hell is going on?" "Damn it, stop. Why do you want to take me away? Why are you doing this? Let me go." Ji-hyuk personally brought these two heartless people to justice. "How can I send my wife to the afterlife? It was all an accident." Seeing that these two people still haven't repented, Ji-hyuk felt that this was not worthy of Ji-won. The bully and his accomplices were also invited by Soo-min to the ceremony to watch the joke. While they were talking, Ji-hyuk accidentally learned about what happened at the class reunion 10 years ago, when Ji-won had suffered a huge injustice. Our group really went a bit too far with Ji-won. Did Ji-won really make Soo-min break up with Eun-ho? They had just accepted the invitation when Eun-ho suddenly appeared at the funeral. "Eun-ho, why are you here too?" After Eun-ho sat down and wondered what everyone was saying about him. His ex-girlfriend Soo-min was having an affair with Ji-won's husband. "What, I've never dated Dong Soo-min?" "Really, you guys have never dated?" After knowing everything about Ji-won, Ji-hyuk was really speechless. He started to hate the whole world. After leaving the monk's room, Ji-hyuk accidentally hit a cat. His car was speeding like crazy on the road because he didn't want to enter the station with a truck. Ji-hyuk drove straight into the road. After waking up, a heart suddenly appeared on Ji-hyuk's chest. From that moment on, Ji-hyuk knew he had a second chance to change everything. Before that, he had many chances that he missed. But this time it was different. Ji-hyuk had completely changed. "Ji-won, I'm telling you, all men in this world cheat. After work, where did you go? Tell me the truth." Ji-hyuk was worried that Min-hoon would hurt Ji-won. The man suddenly saw his girlfriend looking at the manager with a loving gaze. Feeling the danger of getting stuck with the shark, he immediately stepped forward to scold his girlfriend. "How happy are you?" Just because of a comment criticizing Ji-won's casual dressing style, the next day the manager changed his dressing style. The colleagues were all stunned and surprised when they saw his new appearance. Ji-hyuk walked towards Ji-won to thank her for her advice. Indeed, being handsome also makes you feel better. Min-hoon sat behind and accidentally saw the two of them laughing and talking to each other. What are these two people doing? Ji-won obediently followed Min-hoon to the break room. Min-hoon warned her to keep her distance from other men. Of course, you can't laugh and joke with others like that. Moreover, Ji-hyuk was keeping an eye on Ji-won. "What are you saying? He has a girlfriend." "What does it matter if he has a girlfriend? My little Ji-won, let me tell you. As a man, everyone has a flirtatious nature. Min-hoon thinks that even though he has a girlfriend, Ji-hyuk can still be bored with rice and become a noodle. Even if he is married, he can still have fun and play around, let alone have a girlfriend. Do you know who a man's ideal type is? It's a strange woman he just met for the first time. That's what a man is." This made Ji-won extremely disgusted. Ji-won suddenly asked back. "Brother Min-hoon would absolutely not be like that, right? Huh? Never mind. It's just because I think all men are like you. All men are foreigners, brother. You are a man, you can see the problem. That's why I have to remind you." Cho Lie-jong accidentally interrupted the conversation between the two. Min-hon smiled and took Ji-won away. Suddenly, Soo-min appeared out of nowhere in front of Min-hon, and immediately ran away. Ever since he changed his style of dress, Ji-hyuk suddenly became the topic of discussion among his colleagues in bed. But in Ji-hyuk's eyes, there was only Ji-won. He even took the initiative to talk to her. "Are you free tonight? What do you want me to do? It's not about work. I just want to invite you to dinner. If possible, please arrange your time. Too bad I have something personal to do tonight. If it's about work, please let me know the time and place so I can arrange it. There's no need to make such a big deal out of it." After being rejected, Ji-hyuk was extremely disappointed, and memories of his student days rushed back into his mind. At that time, everyone was congratulating Ji-hyuk on his leave after 100 days of military service. Suddenly, a drunk Ji-won appeared out of nowhere. Seeing Ji-won's fidgeting figure, his friends couldn't help but be startled. The two thugs beside her looked at her with a cold gaze. They even used the word homemade to tease Ji-won when they were about to do something bad. Ji-hyuk walked up to Ji-won. "Hey, are you okay? Didn't you call? Then I'm sorry. Are you really okay? Are you alone? What's your name?" "That's right, I'm all alone. I'm really lonely without anyone by my side." Ji-won said that 3 months ago her father went to court, and just now she broke up with her boyfriend. There wasn't a single friend around her. Now she was all alone. After saying that, Ji-won fell towards Ji-hyuk. The smell of alcohol on Ji-hyuk made Ji-won feel excited. She even bit him with her mouth. Ji-hyuk saw that Ji-won was drunk, so he had to sit with her on the grass and wait for her to wake up. Ji-won said that she didn't know when she always saw her lover smiling with her best friend. Even though her best friend was both beautiful and kind, and not only that, she was also her only friend. However, she still felt unhappy inside. When she was with Soo-min, she felt like she was nothing more than trash. After listening, Ji-hyuk advised Ji-won to stay away from that kind of friend. Whether the other person was good or bad, as long as that person made her feel uncomfortable, there was no reason to continue being together. But Ji-won had no friends around her. If she left Soo-min, Ji-won would have nothing left. After listening, Ji-hyuk was extremely heartbroken. To comfort the other person, Ji-won said that she was also useless. 15 years ago, his mother went to court alone. After remarrying, his father and stepmother had a younger sister together. Even though everyone treated him well, he always felt uncomfortable. "Oh my God, you're really useless." I suddenly felt happy again when I saw a real useless person here. Although his mother's affair made him very heartbroken, wasn't it a good thing that his father had taken another step? Ji-won lamented that if her father could remarry, he probably wouldn't have passed away so soon. Ji-hyuk suddenly came to his senses after hearing this. The two talked until late at night and finally fell asleep on the lawn. The next day when Ji-hyuk woke up, Ji-won had disappeared. Luckily, the two met again at school. Ji-won complained to the cat about the strange guy she met that day. The two talked about many things. She even slept right next to that unpleasant uncle. Hearing this, Ji-hyuk didn't dare to go forward to greet him. After that, he often came here to watch Ji-won feed the stray cats. Sometimes when Ji-won wasn't around, he would feed the cats for her. Winter quickly approached. The two often went to the same place. Ji-hyuk gradually fell in love with this compassionate girl. He secretly built a house for the kitten. Ji-hyuk originally intended to take this opportunity to confess to Ji-won. However, life is not like that. While saving a cat that ran out into the street, Ji-hyuk had an accident. Thus, the fate between the two ended. A few years passed by. The two met again on the first day Ji-hyuk took office. Ji-won appeared before Ji-hyuk as a company employee. Ji-hyuk still liked Ji-won like before. He vowed to seize this opportunity to cut her head off. But what caught his eyes was the intimate scene of Ji-won and Min-hon. After the Ison, Ji-hyuk decided not to be shy anymore. This time, he must let Ji-won know his true feelings. In order to steal his best friend's plan, this woman shamelessly rushed into the arms of the pregnant group. But Soo-min's plan still didn't succeed. Ji-won discovered Soo-min's secret. Ji-won didn't expect Soo-min to be trying to copy his handwriting. Not only did he write a letter rejecting Eun-ho's confession for him, but he also scolded him in the letter. "Isn't this your handwriting? This handwriting is very similar to mine, but I really didn't know about the existence of this letter. That means Soo-min copied my handwriting." Ji-won suddenly flew into a rage. Ji-hyuk secretly bought the stocks that Ji-won was following. Grandpa discovered this. "You said Ronrento, right? You're sure there's nothing special about you, right? Although the stock price has skyrocketed, according to our intelligence, this project is still uncertain. This is not a company related to Ji-hyuk. Grandpa knows that Ji-hyuk never loses money in business." Seeing that he has not sold the stock yet, Grandpa suddenly does not understand what Ji-hyuk is thinking. He asked his secretary to check if Ji-hyuk has any accounts under his name. Ever since Ji-hyuk changed his style to become handsome, the female colleagues in the company have been excited. Ji-won discovered that only Hae-jae-on could not care. This made Ji-won even more certain that the two were secretly dating. At this time, Soo-min, who was sitting next to him, suddenly recalled the memories with Ji-won. "Please take care of my Ji-won. You don't know how much care he needs." And was very sad when Ji-won went to university in Seoul. However, at that time, Ji-won could not make friends and could only sit in the library all day. And had to go back and forth between Busan and Seoul. Soo-min's words instantly froze the atmosphere. Hae-jae-on was irritated and said a few words. "Do you see Ji-won every day? Even your boyfriend isn't that diligent. It's because we're good sisters. It's true that you're a confidant. People like that are rare. Friends like that must be rare." At this moment, team leader Kim walked in. Seeing that everyone was just talking and forgetting to do their work, he started to rant. He even ordered Ji-won to go down to the underground parking lot to help him move his car. "Why don't you bother to do this after graduating from Korean University?" Ji-won angrily went down to the underground parking lot. She was about to kick him when she was afraid that her shoes would get dirty. After entering the elevator, Ji-won knew that her best friend was waiting for her in front of the elevator door. Because she wanted to get some consolation from everyone, she had to say that no one else wanted to play with her. "I'm standing here waiting for you because I'm worried about you." Soo-min comforted Ji-won with her mouth, but she was scheming in her heart. Ji-won didn't want to give Soo-min the fast food box plan. Soo-min begged and pleaded with Ji-won to let her join. "Even if she was sent to the farm, it's fine. This time I definitely have to become an official employee. Let me join. I'll think about it. Are you still mad at me? I just said it by accident. If you're mad at me, you should say it. If you keep doing this, I'll be hurt. Our destiny is to be together forever. If I can join this project, I can become an official employee. We'll work together in Australia." At this moment, team leader Kim suddenly appeared behind her. He winked at Soo-min, then Ji-won was called into the meeting room. Team leader Kim lectured her for not showing him the edited version. She also didn't report to him about forming a new team. "Sorry, I haven't arranged the team properly yet." "Of course I can't. Your ability is only up to that level." Team leader Kim criticized Ji-won but arbitrarily put Soo-min in her team. Ji-won was about to retort when he immediately kicked her out. He even wrote his own name on the project. "Working with a familiar market is not in the same class, but I'm still willing to let you join this project. So shut your mouth and get out." Ji-won angrily left the office. She didn't expect that if she didn't hand over this project to her best friend, team leader Kim would blatantly take it away from her. She looked back at her best friend's past and smiled at her. When Ji-won was panicking, the manager came to invite her to dinner. Remembering the date with Eun-ho, Ji-won refused his invitation. After work, she went to the bar to meet Eun-ho. The two of them chatted happily. Ji-won completely ignored the ringing of the phone in her pocket. After a few drinks, the two of them started chatting about their school days, and Eun-ho brought over a letter of inquiry. In the letter, Ji-won not only rejected his confession but also scolded him. She also asked him not to talk to her in the future. "Isn't this your handwriting? This looks very similar to my handwriting, but it really wasn't written by me." Only then did Ji-won realize that Soo-min could accurately copy her handwriting. At the same time, Min-hoon couldn't contact her friend. The girl could only call Soo-min. "I want to ask Soo-min if he knows where Ji-won is." Ji-won just came back. He was dressed up so nicely, he even looked in the mirror several times. "I thought he was going on a date with you. Could it be that he wasn't? What was he dressed up so nicely?" "Min-hoon, you have to keep Ji-won safe." "Keep what? Ji-won can't run away. He's changed his appearance like that lately." "Keep what? Ji-won can't run away. He's changed his appearance like that lately." Women are so unpredictable. Soo-min even deliberately mentioned Ji-won's mother. After giving birth to Ji-won, she immediately went to find another man. Wait, Ji-won's mother had an affair? Min-hoon didn't know about this? After Soo-min finished speaking, he told himself that he had said the wrong thing. Soo-min's vague explanation successfully made Min-hoon suspicious. "I must be crazy. Min-hoon, just pretend you didn't hear it. It's all my fault. Cheating doesn't move. It's not a big deal." "Of course, what's the big deal? Min-hoon is indeed a good man. Anyway, I'll find out where Ji-won went and what she did today, and tell you." It's very possible that Ji-won is doing that. "Yeah, probably. Then if there's anything, call me back later." After hanging up the phone, Soo-min felt happy inside. Soo-min had thought of the scenario of Ji-won being embarrassed. The man saw his girlfriend wearing beautiful makeup and going out in the middle of the night. She still had a faint scent of perfume on her body, and he suddenly doubted her in his heart. "Did you seduce another man? What's on your face? Are you turning your face away?" Min-hoon grabbed Ji-won's wrist and asked her who she went with after work. Ji-hyo happened to pass by and saw the scene. Not only did he knock Min-hoon to the ground, he also strangled him, making him unable to move. Not long ago, Ji-won discovered that her best friend had stolen her handwriting. Ji-won didn't know what to say. Even though she knew Eun-ho still liked her, Ji-won still said goodbye to him. Now she had a boyfriend. Eun-ho wasn't surprised and asked Ji-won if her boyfriend was the tall guy wearing black glasses. His fashion, he was still a bit old-fashioned. But he was wearing an expensive watch. Could it be Ji-xiao? Why did Eun-ho know Ji-xiao? Eun-ho suddenly mentioned the time before the class reunion. At that time, Ji-xiao came to Eun-ho and told him to definitely come. "I thought he was your boyfriend. He seems to be very worried about you." At this time, Ji-xiao drove by and happened to see the two of them talking. He couldn't help but think about random things. After returning home, Eun-ho kept drinking and feeling sad. His friends thought he was rejected. "I wasn't rejected." Even though Ji-won now had a boyfriend, Eun-ho still wanted to try once. On the other side, Ji-xiao's mind was filled with the image of the two of them smiling and giving lectures. He was suddenly so jealous that he wanted to call Ji-won immediately. But after a while of hesitation, he still didn't call. Ji-won was upset because she drank on an empty stomach. When she went to buy things at the pharmacy, she saw Min-hoon calling her non-stop. She didn't care and turned off the phone. But when walking alone on the way home, Ji-won always felt like someone was following her. She was scared and ran away. Finally, she ran safely to a nearby park. Suddenly, Min-hoon appeared in front of her. "Oh my God, I was so startled." "Are you crazy? Why are you screaming so loudly?" Is it me? Did you expect it to be another man? It's not like that. Why did I follow you? I could have just called you. I did that to surprise you. Why didn't you answer my phone? Min-hon started to ask why Ji-won put on makeup and lipstick after work. He came closer and smelled of perfume on her. Are you going to seduce another man? What's on your face? Are you blushing? Like mother, like daughter. Min-hon's words made Ji-won feel offended. She angrily asked what he meant. Min-hon started to play dumb. Min-hon said that it was all because Ji-won's recent actions were too suspicious. Not only did she buy clothes that she didn't normally wear, but she also had a strange scent on her body. Ji-won secretly thought that Soo-min had told Min-hon about her mother's story. Min-hon suddenly grabbed Ji-won's wrist and asked who she had been with after work. Ji-won struggled and didn't want to say anything. Min-hon fiercely stared into her eyes. Ji-hyuk passed by and accidentally saw this scene. He immediately threw Min-hon to the ground. Seeing that the person who hit her was Ji-hyuk, Min-hon felt extremely confused. Are the two people behind me secretly doing something? Thinking about what Min-hon had done to Ji-won in her previous life, Ji-hyuk was extremely angry. He wished he could cut Min-hon into 1,000 pieces. Seeing this, Ji-won was extremely scared. She quickly stopped this battle. Min-hon ran halfway and suddenly stopped. He didn't understand why he had to run. That bastard Ji-hyuk, forget it. Why isn't Ji-won following me? She's really crazy. Damn it. Ji-won sat on the chair, helpless. The man who abandoned her in her difficult times was her husband in her previous life. Ji-hyuk handed Ji-won a glass of water. He cared. Asked if her wrist was injured? But why was the department head here? I happened to pass by here. What's the matter? Because she didn't answer the phone, that's why I came here. Ji-won asked Ji-hyuk why he was so worried about her. Moreover, it was after work now. No matter what happened to her, it had nothing to do with the company's department head. I was worried that Uncle Min-hon would hurt her. Ji-hyuk finally had the courage to tell the truth. He also reminded Ji-won that people would not change. If they did something, they would continue to do it. Ji-won knew that Min-hon had a tendency to be violent. However, she only found out about this before getting married, but unexpectedly, the department head had realized this a long time ago. Min-hon has never beaten me. He just did it. What's so worrying about? Don't say that. No one has the right to lay a hand on you. Ji-won did not reveal her reincarnation identity, and silently told the other party not to interfere in this matter. She herself had a perfect way to deal with it. At this moment, Soo-min suddenly walked over. Seeing Ji-won talking to the section chief, she suddenly felt a sense of loss. After all, she had the mood to watch Ji-won and Min-hon quarrel. Just when Soo-min wanted to eavesdrop on their conversation, Min-hon suddenly called her. The section chief's feelings made me uncomfortable. Do you know my feelings? From my personal experience, I really hate being betrayed in relationships. I especially think that you should not betray your spouse. I have already resolved that. Resolved? Ji-won did not expect him to treat his girlfriend like a business. Moreover, that person was her good friend. Ji-hyuk is worse than I thought. Hee-jae-on is someone I cherish very much. Ji-hyuk realized that Ji-won had misunderstood. He quickly called his sister. Hee-jae-on? If he didn't say what he wanted to do within 5 seconds, this phone would explode. Does her voice sound like a girlfriend at all? Hee-jae-on, who was hung up on in the middle of school, immediately called back. She wanted to know what her brother was going crazy about just now. Are you two siblings? That's right, Ju Hee-jae-on and Ju Ji-hyuk. Oh my god, I'm really sorry. Please forget what I just said. I misunderstood you too. Don't you always misunderstand everything? I really like you. Hearing Ji-hyuk's sincere confession, Ji-won felt a little proud. Seeing Ji-hyuk slowly approaching her, Ji-won started to feel dizzy. When the two of them were about to kiss, Ji-hyuk suddenly fell into Ji-won's arms. In the following days, Ji-hyuk kept thinking of ways to make Ji-won break up with her boyfriend. It's best for the two of them to break up. The department head has gone too far. Seeing Ji-won getting better and better than Soo-min, he is jealous to the point of madness. Soo-min realizes that Min-hon is the most decent man among the people Ji-won has dated. So Soo-min decides to take the initiative to attack. In the car, the woman deliberately pulled up her skirt. This scene accidentally caught the eyes of her best friend's lover. Ever since Min-hon was beaten up by the department head, he has been sitting on the side of the road waiting for Soo-min. Seeing Min-hon's pitiful appearance, Soo-min not only deliberately put on makeup but also carefully took off 2 cups of his shirt. Min-hon, are you hurt? Oh my god, did you fight with someone? Then the two of them went to a secluded place. The atmosphere suddenly became extremely ambiguous. Min-hon could no longer contain the fire in his heart, but Soo-min pushed him away. No way, I can't blame Ji-won. No matter what, I won't let you do that. Not letting the other party get their way, Soo-min sat down and cried. Min-hon suddenly felt heartbroken. Don't cry, you idiot. What should I do? What should our Ji-won do? Min-hon gently wiped away Soo-min's tears. He also hugged her in his arms to comfort her. After finishing, Min-hon took Soo-min home, and he also got out of the car with her. Min-hon followed her to Soo-min's door. Soo-min immediately closed the door as soon as she entered. She also reminded Min-hon that she should go home. Min-hon clearly couldn't bear to leave. He praised that Soo-min's place was really beautiful. This apartment complex is really beautiful. I think it's great to be with you, but it's too complicated between us. After saying that, Soo-min walked out and said that she wanted to be a little honest today. Hearing this, Min-hon immediately closed her eyes, but Soo-min only kissed his cheek and quickly turned around to go home. Thank you for taking me home today. At the same time, the department head fainted in Ji-won's arms due to overwork. After waking up, Ji-hyuk immediately asked Ji-won if her stomach still hurt and then asked the doctor to check her. Ji-won asked how he knew she had a stomach ache. Ji-hyuk explained that she had a CT scan not long ago. The result was just common gastritis. Did you take a scan of the company? I just took a scan of the company. Wait, why did you take a political scan? But how did the department head know my stomach was not okay? I often take medicine at the company. After the two of them left the hospital, Ji-hyuk wanted Ji-won to accept him. Ji-hyuk said frankly that he was a good person and being with him was not a bad choice. He was the one good guy, but can I trust someone again? I have a boyfriend. Moreover, I am your subordinate. Today's incident made me feel very awkward. Min-hon will definitely notice. Then let him notice again. In the future, whenever he does that to you, be more careful. I like you. Ji-hyuk confessed to Ji-won again. Ji-hyuk also said that he would not do anything to make Ji-won feel awkward. Just one sentence from you is enough. Just say that you don't like me. But not now. Please consider it. In order not to make Ji-won feel uncomfortable, Ji-hyuk called 2 taxis. Ji-won sat in the car and looked at Ji-hyuk behind her. Her heart began to change. After returning home, Ji-hyuk felt extremely uneasy. He was afraid that Ji-won would really reject him. The next day when Ji-won went to work, Eun-ho brought coffee to the door. Go out and wait for me. There's a traffic jam right now. You're so far away and you're still giving me coffee. Thank you. Seeing the two of them happy, Ji-hyuk felt even more confused. His mind was no longer at work. His gloomy expression was seen by Hai Jae-on. Urgent news that the department head's mood wasn't good today. Be careful that he'll target you. At Hai Jae-on's reminder, Assistant Jong was curious as to why she could see it. Because the two of them were siblings. But they really didn't look alike at all. No matter how you looked at them, they didn't look alike. Thinking of this, Ji-won didn't ask. At this time, Soo-min also arrived at work. As soon as they met, Soo-min asked how Ji-won slept last night. Seeing Soo-min's good mood, Ji-won was sure that something good had happened. Min-hon saw Ji-won and her eyes started to avoid her. Ji-won immediately realized that the two of them had a secret. What's wrong? She clearly saw her face and was still so blank. So women need to be taught a lesson every 3 days. Min-hon ran up to the rooftop to complain. Unexpectedly, the department head heard what he just said. Ji-hyuk immediately reminded that the company had a rule prohibiting office romance. Prohibiting romance? What era is this that it's still prohibited and doesn't know? Isn't it too outdated? Because it's too outdated, it hasn't been implemented for a long time. So many people don't know it exists. But it really exists. No way. It exists because office romance affects the quality of work. Just like his behavior today. Min-hon asked again why Ji-hyuk followed his girlfriend last night. Could it be that the two of them had some kind of shady relationship? Ji-hyuk explained that behind the alley yesterday was the company's logistics warehouse. He accidentally went to check and saw Ji-won being threatened. That's why he stepped in to help. Min-hon immediately declared his sovereignty. He said that it was their private matter. Ji-hyuk has no right to interfere. But Ji-hyuk blatantly asked Min-hon to break up with Ji-won. Break up? Section Chief, it seems like you're going too far. Then just assume that I like Kang Ji-won. No matter what, you can't lay a finger on her. After saying that, Ji-hyuk grabbed Min-hon's wrist and reminded him. You didn't hit her, right? What? You didn't hit her, right? Of course not. Can you not lay a finger on her? Of course you can. I don't care about what happened last night, so I'll spare your life. I understand. Min-hon was confused and didn't understand what was going on. He hid in a corner when Ji-won suddenly came looking for him. Why did you leave without making a sound? You're really making people more and more uncomfortable. Ji-won originally wanted to draw a clear line with Soo-min. But if they broke up now, it would break the law of reincarnation. This will change the relationship between Min-hon and Soo-min. Min-hon took the initiative to apologize for yesterday's incident. But he said Ji-won was also wrong. If I hadn't overreacted, how could that bastard have gotten involved? I'm not the kind of trash who beats women. Violence is a crime. Violence against your boyfriend is a crime. You're so stupid that I'm going crazy. Before, it was because you endured my hot temper that I stopped. From now on, I have to teach you a lesson. Ji-won didn't expect that she was so intimate with the department head, but Min-hon still didn't ask to break up. Ji-won curiously asked Min-hon if he came home last night. Min-hon didn't reveal his relationship with Soo-min but was calculating in his heart. If we compare, Ji-won is more suitable for marriage. Ji-hyuk was looking at Ji-won while Ji-won was only looking at him. At the same time, Ji-won avoided Min-hon's eyes. She was sure that something good must have happened last night. Ji-won took out her bank card and told her boyfriend to take Soo-min to a restaurant. Ji-won discovered that the two were secretly dating behind her back. So she used some tricks to get them together. Min-hon couldn't ask for more. Min-hon took Soo-min to a high-class Western restaurant. Seeing how Min-hon skillfully ordered food made Soo-min extremely moved. He really is a good man. Is this girl fascinated by me? Not only is she knowledgeable, but she is also an employee of a prestigious company. Min-hon is the most decent man, Jae-won once stated. Min-hon also noticed the other party. He was as if he had won the lottery. With just this small action, she was fascinated. The characteristic is that you can feel its flavor. May I ask what kind of grape seed do you want? Give me the last one. The one with the distinctive flavor. Yes, we will prepare it right away. Min Hon asked Su-min if he slept well last night. Su-min clearly fell asleep as soon as he lay down, but he lied that he couldn't sleep yesterday. Then she asked Min Hon back, how could he sleep? Actually, Min Hon also slept like a log. The two bastards were toasting each other. The eyes looked at each other more and more affectionately. On the other side, team leader Kim invited the two to eat alone. As soon as he opened his mouth, he asked if they knew Director Kwang. He was his distant cousin. Do I need to see this to decide? Ji-won remembered the scumbag she had met before. Team leader Kim used his connections to steal Ji-won's project. Ji-won worked like a horse to complete the project while team leader Kim sat back and enjoyed the benefits. Team leader Kim was even more outrageous. He felt that Ji-won's fast food box project was unrealistic. After all, it was very difficult to find a restaurant that cooked both delicious and fast food. So he planned to replace the packaging with the original material. Then find a famous chef to build the brand. Just use the company's distribution channel. The meatballs would only take 3 minutes to package. If he added a famous chef, it would become a high-end beefsteak. It couldn't be done. This was completely opposite to Ji-won's idea. Her original intention was to help housewives cook delicious food at home. That's your business, not mine. This time I want to be promoted to deputy manager. That way, Jeong-do Jeong would be promoted to team leader. Only then would she have a future. With this position of hers, she would do whatever people told her to do. In the end, Ji-won still refused to compromise. Team leader Kim wants to kick you out of the project. Team leader, this is my project. You're so funny. How can it be your project? It should be the company's. I agree to develop the project, and Lijeong Market and everyone will benefit. What about Lijeong Market's position? You told Ji-won that everyone should do this together. Why is it you who decides? Don't you want to work in this company anymore? From today on, you're fired. Hand over the work to Lijeong Market and Su-min. After Ji-won left, he told Lijeong Market to carry out the original plan. Director Wang will help them advance together. It turned out that team leader Kim was just looking for a reason to kick Ji-won out. He wanted to add Director Wang's name to the list. Although Lijeong felt that something was wrong, she still endured it silently because she didn't want to lose her job. Ji-won had just returned to the company when she received a bill. She didn't expect Min to spend 340,000 won on a meal. Ji-won was so angry that she wanted to vomit blood, but this meal could speed up the love process of the couple. So Ji-won had to endure it. Immediately after that, Director Wang submitted the plan to the department head for review. He also said that this was a project done by his distant relative. I'm writing a plan for a snack box. Ji-hyuk-si remembered Ji-won mentioning this project to him. Ji-hyuk-si told Director Wang that he would consider it carefully. After going out, he sent a message to Ji-won. How is the project you mentioned at the Han River going? Ji-won replied that she was still trying to write. She had a countermeasure. She didn't want to bother the department head. But Ji-hyuk-si guessed Ji-won's stubbornness. That evening, Ji-hyuk-si asked Ji-won out. He was preparing to teach her some self-defense techniques in case she was bullied by others. Then they could be used. When they arrived at the Taekwondo Center, Ji-won was surprised to see that the people here knew her. Hello, sister-in-law, are you still as beautiful as ever? Have we met before? Ji-hyuk-si immediately winked. He pretended to know her as soon as he saw a pretty girl. Hello, I'm Kim Shin-yu. He's for the snail car line. Hello, you too. Ji-hyuk-si not only prepared 2 training partners in advance. He even prepared the uniform for her. Ji-won learned very quickly. After a few simple exercises, she was able to defeat her opponent. Success. You've succeeded brilliantly. I did it. Ji Hyusi, standing beside her, suddenly became jealous. He started to teach her himself. Ji-won quickly discovered that this subject could relieve pressure very well. She turned her grief and anger into strength and successfully defeated Ji Hyusi. Okay, I did it. All the troubles of the day suddenly disappeared. Ji-won looked at Ji Hyusi lying beside her, and the scene from college suddenly appeared in her mind. Ji Hyusi gently stroked Ji-won's head. You did well. The next day, Ji-won still went to the company as usual. Seeing the arrogant leader Kim like that, she was full of confidence. Ji-won was sure that she could make the other party fail miserably. After being reincarnated, Ji-won used the memories of her previous life to make her superiors bully her and ruin her reputation. When talking with Ji Hyusi, Ji-won also discovered his reincarnated identity. Ji-won gave the revised plan to team leader Kim. I apologize for my impulsive behavior yesterday. I didn't expect team leader Kim to take out a copy. This is mine. I showed it to you because you thought no one could come up with an idea like yours. Ji-won was so busy that her name wasn't on it. Why can't you see your name on it anymore? Isn't this normal? This project was originally mine. But now everyone involved in this project has the potential to be promoted, so your name isn't on it. Ji-won not only wasn't angry, she also asked team leader Kim to give her another chance. Team leader Kim didn't expect Ji-won to be so reasonable. So he made her combine the two parts. Then he would decide based on her performance. Seeing this scene, Soo-min chuckled. Ji-won was very happy. She also took the cake Eun-ho sent and shared it with Hye-sung. Hye-sung had just tasted a piece and immediately went crazy for this bakery. Hye-sung kept asking Ji-won where she bought it. At this moment Eun-ho called. Did you receive the cake? I'm eating with my colleagues. Who could send such a delicious cake? It must be love. What did she say? It was so delicious. It's good that no one was covering it. I made it myself. You know how to make cakes too. I'll personally make a cake for someone important to me. Eat it. Thank you, I'll eat it well. Hye-sung heard their sweet conversation and thought they were dating. Ji-won immediately denied it. Ji-won explained that she already had a boyfriend. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sure he likes you. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to make such a delicious cake. Ji-won suddenly didn't know what to say. Meanwhile, in front of assistant Jang Soo-min hinted that Ji-won was too straightforward and didn't know how to be flexible. After making assistant Jang happy, Soo-min started to entice him. Let's solve this project together. Soo-min thought she had a chance to win, but she didn't know that Ji-won had already started to act. She revised all the information. All of them were in the name of Director Hong. Team leader Kim read it and happily signed it. Although Ji-hyuk didn't understand why Ji-won was so bitter, he still signed the project. After many approvals, the project was finally promoted strongly. Moreover, Director Hong was also made the spokesperson. I, Hong Hyo-in, have been in the food industry for 30 years or so. I can use my own identity to guarantee this product. Thanks to the media coverage, Director Hong was also worshipped. He laughed heartily in the office. He even praised the team leader Kim for being both good and cute. Who thought of using his name? Ji-won said that if you want to quickly attract attention, you have to invite influential people. She thinks that inviting a trustworthy expert is better than a celebrity. Director Hong Hyo-in would probably give users a sense of trust. However, department head Kim took credit for this. Of course it's you. You're both handsome and capable. And you're also the representative of The two of them didn't know that they had fallen into Ji-won's trap. Ji-won, relying on his memories from his previous life, knew that Director Hong would be going abroad during this time. He was even angry and beat the flight attendant on the plane. The passengers on the plane accidentally spread the dirty video. In the end, Director Hong was dismissed. What are you doing? Haven't you finished work yet? Let's buy fried chicken. Seeing that the two of them had become a couple, Ji-won was a bit surprised. Fried chicken was Soo-min's favorite dish. No wonder Min-hon bought it. To arouse Soo-min's jealousy, Ji-won deliberately mentioned that Soo-min used to like Min-hon. While sitting by the window, watching the night view, eating fried chicken. The atmosphere is so wonderful. It's really great. There's also twice as much fried chicken. Really, I want to try it too. Okay, you can try it today. It's late, I have to go. Ji-won deliberately made an excuse to go to work to create a romantic space for the two of them to be alone. The next day, Director Hong had just gotten on the plane when he received a phone call from Ji-won. After Ji-won introduced herself, Director Hong started to get angry. How did you know my phone number? You know that the fast food box project you're working on is mine. I want to complain because you guys removed my name from the project. Get off the phone. After hanging up, Director Hong suddenly became angry. Seeing someone sitting next to his seat, he became even angrier. He questioned the flight attendant about what happened. This was the seat he had reserved. What's the problem? Don't you know who I am? Why is there someone sitting next to me? Are you pretending to be deaf and not paying attention to what I say? You're really stupid. Just now, an unknown assistant said that my project was written by her. Now there's a flight attendant ignoring what I said. Think about it, why are you getting paid? Is this what you should do? Director Hong sat down and called Team Leader Kim. He blamed Team Leader Kim for handling Kong Ji-won. Oh, properly. What, she's the one who did everything? No wonder that girl wanted to report to the higher-ups. What, she dared to call you? That's right, she complained that her name wasn't on the project. Why don't you hurry up and deal with that idiot? That little bitch dared to make me angry. After blowing his nose, Director Hong threw a cracked towel. After being reminded, he lost his temper and started hitting the flight attendant. His series of actions made the people around him angry. The flight attendant secretly called the police. The police immediately boarded the plane to arrest Director Hong. This also became a hot topic. That day, the company immediately issued an apology. The company said it would recall all products with Director Hwang's image printed on them. Not only that, Director Hong would also be suspended. She said he didn't thoroughly deal with Kong Ji-won, the writer of the project, and it was also posted on social media. Everyone was upset on Ji-won's behalf. Ji-won became the only winner in this battle. Although the project did not have her name, after this trouble, everyone knew that this project was done by her. The feeling of turning the tide made Ji-won very happy. She excitedly played a song by her idol. Ji-hyo, okay, suddenly appeared behind Ji-won. Oh my god, I was startled. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it, I was scared. It's okay. Ji-hyo, okay, came to apologize for what happened. The company will convene the disciplinary committee of group leader Kim for stealing Ji-won's project. You've worked hard. When Ji-hyo okay left, Ji-won suddenly stopped him. Ji-won's megapixel 3 accidentally fell to the ground. Ji-hyo okay bent down to pick it up and saw that Ji-won was listening to the music of the admissions committee. Ji-hyo okay said that he also liked the admissions committee. I should have listened to Dynamite to get my heart's content. But no matter how I searched, I couldn't find it. I also like Dynamite, but my favorite is Spring Day. I also like Spring Day. The two expressed their personal preferences, accidentally revealing their reincarnation identities. The admissions committee just debuted this year. The songs they just mentioned were released in 2017 and 2020. In fact, they are living in 2013. The man revealed a small blue heart on his chest. He confessed that his reincarnation was not accidental. Memories suddenly flooded Ji-won's mind. The pocket money her father usually gave her would have a blue heart drawn on it. I am the pocket money your father gave you. It turned out that in her life after Ji-won passed away, Ji-hyo-ok was the one who placed her remains in the Buddhist temple. Ji-hyo-ok was about to drive home when the car suddenly broke down. He slammed the steering wheel in despair. Just as Ji-hyo-ok was regretting, a taxi appeared in front of him. The driver was Ji-won's father, who had passed away many years ago. "You must have lost something very important. I don't even know if it was valuable or not. Actually, we were just passers-by." "Oh my God, why did you do that? Men should be brave. Don't wait until you go to hell to regret it." Ji-hyo-ok also regretted not confessing to Ji-won sooner. Although Ji-hyo-ok knew that she had many opportunities in her previous life, she wasted them all. It was only when Ji-won died that Ji-hyo-ok felt extremely regretful. Ji-won's father wondered what Ji-hyo-ok would do if she could do it all over again. Would he have been able to seize the opportunity in time? It may sound stupid, but I really don't know what I was thinking. If I knew the ending would be so bitter, I would definitely protect the girl I love. I think Ji-hyo-ok is quite trustworthy. So after Ji-hyo-ok went to the king's court, Ji-won's father let him reincarnate with his daughter. At this time, Ji-won and Ji-hyo-ok both knew that the other person was reincarnated into their lives. Ji-won told Ji-hyo-ok the ultimate plan he had built. Ji-won must matchmake Min-hwan and Soo-min together. If not, Ji-won will have to walk down the aisle with Min-hwan. After that, her life will be filled with tragedy like in her previous life. She will get cancer again and be sent off to the afterlife by her husband and best friend. Ji-hyo-ok did not know exactly what terrible things would happen to Ji-won. He only knew that she had to endure a lot of humiliation when attending the class reunion. It was only after attending Ji-won's ceremony that Ji-hyo-ok learned about this. Ji-won was extremely curious. After hearing this, Ji-hyo-ok only said 3 heartbreaking words. After her death, many people felt regretful. Ji-won knew that Ji-hyo-ok was lying. She could imagine what her funeral would be like. No one was heartbroken or regretful. Ji-won believed that after she raised the garlic bulb, everyone thought that such a person existed, but now that person was gone. Seeing that it was getting late, Ji-hyo-ok invited Ji-won home. Even the cat in the house was very close to Ji-won. Seeing that the cat and the person were getting along so well, Ji-hyo-ok felt a little warm. However, just a second later, Ji-hyo-ok suddenly remembered the scene of the car accident in her mind. Ji-hyo-ok quickly regained her composure. Ji-hyo-ok asked Ji-won why she didn't. He broke up with Min-hwan. Why didn't she run away to another place? Ji-won said she had tried to break up with Min-hwan, but Min-hwan was so violent that it was scary. Ji-won had also thought about running away, but if she wanted to run away, she definitely needed to have a stable financial situation. Moreover, after reincarnation, what had happened would definitely happen again. Even if she ran to the ends of the world, nothing would change. Then, Ji-won gave a typical example. Before reincarnation, she had a scar on her hand from being burned by boiling water, but after reincarnation, the department head was injured instead of her. Therefore, this scar was transferred to the British. Even the shape of the scar was exactly the same as Ji-won's, so Ji-hyuk had to use himself after hearing it. At that time, the glass of water just accidentally fell to the ground. If Ji-hyuk hadn't been injured, the one who would have been injured would have been someone else. Ji-won understood the principles of reincarnation very well. She can't solve everything by running away. What should happen will happen in the end. But Ji-won can change her unfortunate fate to someone else. Ji-hyuk's thoughts suddenly go back to his previous life. After helping Ji-won organize a ceremony on the way back, Ji-hyuk met a mysterious man. Ji-hyuk didn't tell Ji-won about this, he just said that his car had an accident. When Ji-hyuk woke up, he found himself reincarnated 10 years ago. The next day, after waking up, Ji-hyuk received a phone call from his subordinate. Ji-hyuk immediately went to the company. After Director Hong was dismissed from the HR department and arbitrarily replaced, Everyone realized that the new director was the one who always walked beside the chairman. Of course, Ji-hyuk was extremely dissatisfied when he saw this person's appearance. Ji-hyuk knew that this was his grandfather's intention. He knew that his grandfather sent this person here to monitor his every move. I didn't expect you to like this type of person. Ah, I was surprised that your interests were more normal. I thought she wasn't an ordinary person. That might be so. But she's been dating for 7 years, after all. And yet she still has an improper relationship with her superior. It turned out that this person also knew about Ji-hyuk and Ji-won being together last night. He bluntly declared that the snack box project no longer belonged to Ji-won. He would hand over this project to Lijiang Market. Of course, Ji-won could still participate as a member. Ji-hyuk was extremely dissatisfied with this proposal. Ji-hyuk was about to push the door open and leave when he suddenly stopped. He turned around and said something to the other party. If you are not afraid of public opinion and are not held back by women. If you can look at it objectively, you can see that Ji-won is very suitable for this project. Not only that, nothing happened between Ji-won and Ji-hyuk last night. Not long after, Ji-hyuk held a meeting. He handed over the instant cooking bag project to Lijiang Market. After listening, the team members included Ji-won, Min-hwan, and Soo-min. Ji-won was very disappointed after hearing this. She quickly chased after him and asked him to be polite. Ji-hyuk said that Lijiang Market was the team leader. So, the matter of adjusting Ji-won should be told to Lijiang Market. Didn't she want to get Min-hwan and Soo-min married quickly? Wouldn't it be easier to have them in the same group? But if that's the case, there will be 3 Lijiang Markets in one project. You know what I can do? The shares Ji-won bought after her reincarnation suddenly increased in price. Who would have thought that Ji-won had just left her best friend's seat and secretly opened her computer? Soo-min discovered that Ji-won was secretly investing in stocks. Soo-min looked at the stocks Ji-won had bought. Even though they had increased 7 times, Ji-won did not sell them. Thinking that they would continue to increase, Soo-min secretly bought them too. Soo-min finally successfully joined the instant food cooking bag project. Soo-min thought that she would quickly become an official employee of the company. Min-hwan specially bought a bottle of strawberry milk as a reward for Soo-min. Min-hwan told Soo-min to do well. Who knows, Soo-min might be promoted to hygiene. How did you know I like strawberry milk? You only buy what you like, how would you know what I like? Are our interests that similar? Soo-min took a sip of strawberry milk and gave it to Min-hwan to drink. Although Min-hwan was very happy, she still had to pay attention to her image in the company. Min-hwan promised to wait until his company's team building to bring her a few more bottles. After handing over Ji-won's project to someone else, Ji-hyuk drove to the Han River. His head started to hurt like a hammer. Memories of his previous life kept appearing in his head. Every time my dad gave him pocket money, he would draw a heart on it. He would really seize the opportunity. Whatever comes will come. If he had a garlic bulb in his previous life, he would still have a garlic bulb in this life. After reincarnation, the law cannot be changed. Ji-hyuk hated that the person next to Ji-won was not him. In order for Ji-won to be happy in this life, Ji-hyuk went to Eun-ho's restaurant. Do you know dynamite? You mean the Nobel Prize-winning invention? What about spring rope? As far as I know, spring is from March to May. Ji-hyuk saw that Eun-ho had never listened to his father's future songs and recruitment. Ji-hyuk guessed that Eun-ho was not a reincarnated person. He would live a happy and healthy spring life. Congratulations. Eun-ho did not understand what Ji-hyuk was saying. Watching Ji-hyuk drink and drive away until the door closed. Finally, Eun-ho called the first person on Ji-hyuk's contact list. Hyezeon quickly ran over. As soon as she opened her mouth, she explained that she and Ji-hyuk were not in that kind of relationship. Maybe because I always called him like crazy, my number appeared first. This is my crazy boss, Kim. It was my real brother who kicked me out of the project. And I couldn't contact him all day. It turned out that this morning Ji Hyuk intentionally put Soo Min in the project team where I cooked fast food. A team with too many members caused Hyezian to be kicked out. This crazy guy, oh no, what's wrong with the department head? Eun-ho looked at Hyezian's lovely appearance and suddenly remembered the last time she called Ji-won. Who sent these beautiful and wonderful cakes? This is called love. What? It means delicious. Wake up, my rebellious brother. May I ask if you know Kong Ji-won? Gordor is a place that makes cheesecakes with cool western milk from New Zealand cows that have just given birth. So awesome, those cakes are really delicious. The two of them suddenly felt like they had met too late. On this side, Ji-won couldn't bear to look at the plan she had written. She immediately called Ji Hyuk, but the other party didn't answer. This made her think about random things. Grandpa found out that Ji Hyuk was drunk and called him to the office. He wanted him to have dinner with the vice president of the airline, Jun family. Because she had handled Director Wong's scandal very well without bringing any negative effects to the company. He knew from the beginning that the two of them had no feelings for each other. But it was a promise. It was not proper for one side to unilaterally cancel, especially from the groom's side. So I tried my best to show my sincerity and then resolve it. Seeing that Ji Hyuk did not say anything, he immediately changed his attitude and asked him when he would bring the person he liked home. Ji Hyuk thought that he should not see Ji-won. Now I feel the same way as him. He hopes that I will be happy. I also hope that she will be happy. Ji Hyuk knew that he was about to die in a car accident. If he could not bring happiness to Ji Hyuk, then he decided to stay by her side quietly. Even though he would not be in Ji-won's life, Ji-won saw her colleagues gossiping about the stocks she bought that suddenly skyrocketed as soon as she arrived at the company. Min-hon stood beside her, extremely regretful that he had sold them 8 generations ago. Min-hon immediately pulled Ji-won to his side. I want to ask her out for dinner tonight. The money I gave you after selling the Hot Roll Rento stock. Let's take that money and pay it back. In that case, we have to do something with Soo Min before we get married. But we have to spend a lot of money. Oh, how could I forget? Min-hon said he wanted to go to fancy places, but it was just a trick to get money from Ji-won. So Min-hon wanted to get money from me. Ji-won said that she had taken all the money to buy insurance. If we terminate the contract now, we won't be able to get half of that money. But if we wait 10 years, it can increase by 10%. Hey, you idiot. Hey, are you stupid? Are you possessed? All insurance salesmen are scammers. I thought you were smart. Turns out you're stupid. After Min-hon got angry and decided to sell the TKU stock in his hand to suck blood, Ji-won knew that TKU company would go bankrupt in the future. TKU stock will drop sharply. To convince Min-hon not to sell her stock, Ji-won said that she still has some savings. Don't sell it, I'll lend it to you. Besides, we won't go out for dinner today. Let's go somewhere else this weekend. Even if Soo Min comes along. The three of them went on a picnic this weekend. Soo Min just arrived and started praising the scenery here as wonderful. Min-hon added. The weather forecast said it would be cloudy today. But because we're going out with you, the weather is so nice. You're a weather wizard. As expected, Min-hon understands me well. Ji-won, don't work so seriously. You beat the team leader. You fired the director. You want to be the representative director of O. Everyone in the company keeps reminding Ji-won. Oh my god, Min-hon, in this era, saying that is a bad thing. Soo Min, drink some beer, to quench your thirst. Seeing the two of them love each other more and more, Ji-won is secretly happy. Then Ji-won said that her best friend was in the middle. Ji-won said that the two of them were very precious to her. Soo Min was her best friend since middle school. And Min-hon had been dating her since she started going out into society. Our fate is really unbelievable. That's right, we are a family. The two of you took her out to get some fresh air and then pushed her away. You and I, along with Min Hon, will live happily together. Then I have to work harder. Only then can my two princesses be happy. What do you think, Ji-won? How does it feel to own Min Hon? Oh my gosh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh. It looks like there are bugs. Are there bugs here? I'll chase them away for you. Min Hon's actions suddenly reminded Ji-won of the past. At first, she was also afraid of bugs. At that time, Min Hon also protected her in his arms. After getting rid of the bug, he also came back to comfort her not to be afraid. Seeing the girl practicing cycling in front, Ji-won remembered that Min Hon had taught her the same thing before. He also promised that when she learned to ride a bike, they would travel together. To let this pair of cats and chickens get married quickly, Ji-won took the opportunity to leave. She wanted the two of them to have their own space. Seeing Min Hon alone, Soo-min intentionally poked her hand into a sharp thorn. Her shrill scream successfully attracted the other person's attention. Brother Min Hon, I think I've been pricked by a thorn. Oh my god, the situation seems quite serious. It hurts a lot. Soo-min's pitiful appearance made Min Hon's heart skip a beat. The two of them chatted until midnight that night. This scene made Ji-won in the distance cry with joy. Not long before, Ji-won had brought Soo-min and Min Hon together. Ji-won left, leaving the two of them on the grass. Min Hon was extremely happy. Turning around and seeing someone riding a bicycle, Min Hon immediately asked Soo-min if she knew how to ride a bicycle. I'm a little scared, so I've never ridden one before. What's there to be afraid of? Let me teach you. Let's go. Sure enough, Soo-min was just like Ji-won. She was also touched by this action. Who would have thought that this was just a trick for Min Hon to flirt with girls? After escaping, Ji-won received a call from Eun-ho. Knowing that Eun-ho was at the company's door, Ji-won hurriedly went over. This is for you. Oh, thank you so much. But shouldn't I be the one giving flowers? I heard that you just moved here recently. That's right, very close. You must come by once. After receiving the call, Eun-ho immediately left. Seeing the two of them laughing and talking. Although Ji-hyuk was so brave that he left quietly, Ji-won took the initiative to go to Ji-hyuk's office. Ji-won showed Ji-hyuk the good thing she had just done. Because she wanted Min Hon and Soo-min to date soon, Ji-won took them on a picnic. In the middle of school, Ji-won tried to escape. She thought the other party would praise her, but he didn't. Ji-hyuk said that in 2021, he would take over the position of company president. Director Lee was the person his grandfather had arranged to be by his side. In other words, Director Lee would secretly observe Ji-hyuk's every move until he successfully sat in the chairman's chair. Ji-won guessed that Director Lee would resign. Ji-hyuk said that Director Lee didn't want to listen to other people's orders anyway. Director Lee was also a person who was difficult to control. That's why Ji-hyuk couldn't let Ji-won be the team leader of the fast food cooking bag project. I'll help you at any price. Just tell me if you need it. These words solved Ji-won's worries. That night, Ji-hyuk went to see Eun-ho again. Ji-hyuk wanted to know what kind of person Eun-ho was. Was Eun-ho a playboy? Was he qualified to be a solid support? To see how much Eun-ho still wanted? Why did he do that? I think that's why I'm here. Don't do food shows anymore. There's no need to attract women anymore, you're capable of making money. Although Eun-ho didn't understand Ji-hyuk's intentions, he still kindly reminded him to drink less. Who would have thought that Ji-hyuk would drink mineral water? I won't drink anymore because I have things to do. The next day, to improve the working spirit in the marketing department, Ji-hyuk decided to organize a team building. As soon as they arrived, Soo-min complained because the location of the accommodation was determined by the treasure hunt game. Soo-min explained that she couldn't sleep in a place like this. Hye-izong suddenly appeared behind Soo-min. Actually, this was all Hyezong's plan. Isn't this more fun than just drinking and chatting? Besides, when will we ever have a day to go find treasure like this? In order to sleep in the most luxurious mobile car tonight, everyone played by tearing off the name tag in the forest. But Min Hon lost as soon as he entered the battle. Min was done for. If I remember correctly, I made Min Hon get number 5 to sleep in the sleeping bag. I finally found number 4 and ran away. Ji-won recalled the previous story. At that time, Soo-min was able to sleep in mobile car number 1 because of his relationship with team leader Kim. In order to get mobile car number 1, Soo-min pulled Ji-won to a corner and intentionally overheard Hyezong's conversation. Heard that Hyezong intentionally hid number 1 under the water. Soo-min immediately asked Ji-won if Min Hon knew how to swim. Coincidentally, there was a small river not far away. Soo-min concluded that the flagpole was hidden underwater. What's wrong with you? He's your boyfriend. It's not about that. Then let me borrow your boyfriend. Ji-won, if you want something, you have to use all means to get it. That's exactly what I am. Ji-won walked alone on the street. Her best friend's words just now made her think a little. It turned out that Soo-min was always someone who relied on others to get everything. Soo-min would definitely get everything in 2023. Suddenly, Ji-hyuk appeared in front of Ji-won. He asked her if she had found anything. Is the flagpole number 1? Ji-won said the flagpole was hidden under the river. She asked him if he agreed to help her. Ji-hyuk agreed without hesitation. Not that it was a different matter. Ji-won hoped that Ji-hyuk would always maintain this kind of relationship with her. Don't interfere too much in her personal affairs. Even though Ji-won knew that Ji-hyuk could do anything for her, she wanted to rely on her own strength. Before the media announced that Ji-hyuk was the heir of the Yi family, he had always been an upright person. I don't want you to change yourself because of someone like me. You once said that I was a capable person. I can really do anything. So from now on, let me live as myself. Up to now, the only people who have been resurrected for the second time are the two of us. Let me confide in you about things that I can't tell anyone else. Ji-won said and then held out her hand. She hopes you can agree to me. Ji-hyuk revealed a blue heart on his chest. Ji-hyuk knew that every time his father gave Ji-won pocket money, he would draw a heart on it. Before reincarnating, Ji-hyuk had met Ji-won's father. I am your father's pocket money for you. So you can use me as you please. Ji-hyuk admitted that this was because he wanted Ji-won to trust him without hesitation. Pocket money is something that must be used. I just want to talk to the pocket money every day. Also, I hope my pocket money can be happy. After reincarnating, the pocket money doesn't want to do anything else. Ji-won, the head of the department, doesn't want to do anything. As for me, I want to be really happy. I have to rely on myself to be really happy. On this side, Soo-min finally found Min Hwan. Seeing the thorny scene before her eyes, Soo-min immediately thought of a dirty plan. Soo-min suddenly shouted loudly to attract Min Hwan's attention. Brother Min Hwan, I think I got stung by a thorn. With that, Soo-min licked the blood off her hand. You should apply some medicine. Let's go back to the campsite quickly. It's okay, just apply some saliva. After acting weak, Soo-min immediately said that she wanted Min Hwan to go down to the water to help her get the flagpole number 1. There was a small wound on Soo-min's hand. Jumping into the water would cause the wound to become infected. With this reason, Soo-min successfully convinced Min Hwan. Ji-won also came to the riverbank. Seeing the flag gate on the other side of the cliff, Ji-won hesitated for a while, but still decided to go down to the water alone. Ji-hyuk had just walked back to the campsite when he heard his sister say that the river was more than 2 meters deep. Moreover, the water was flowing rapidly. At this time, Ji-won had reached the whirlpool. Suddenly, she was thrown down. Ji-won's whole body was submerged in the water. In the situation where life and death were hanging by a thread, Ji-hyuk appeared out of nowhere and pulled Ji-won back to the shallow water. She was crazy. This season, I went into the water without any preparation. I didn't know how deep the water was, but I wanted to go in alone. I'm fine. Just tell me what you want. What's so difficult about it? Just ask for help. Why do you have to make things difficult for yourself like this? Because I'm different from Sumin. Because I don't want to be a second Sumin. I want to rely on myself to get everything. That's Kang Ji-won. Memory suddenly flooded Ji-hyuk's mind. You don't have anything you want to do, Chuang Fong. Have you ever been on a boat? Ever since my father passed away, I've felt like I'm on a boat every day. I'm clearly standing very firmly, but the boat is still wobbly. I'm very uneasy. I want to be stable. I want to step onto solid ground. Back to reality, Ji-hyuk told Ji-won that I want to become a solid piece of land. Ji-won ruffled her hair but didn't slap Sumin. She pressed her head to the ground and hit back hard. Sumin could only sit on the ground and cry out in pain. Ji-won treated Sumin so roughly that she wanted her to cry and look for Min-hon tonight. It turned out that Ji-won had already taken flagpole number 1. This made Sumin suffer in vain. Ji-won knew that Sumin would make things difficult for her. So Ji-won decided to strike first. She wanted to let Sumin sleep in tent number 4 tonight, then intentionally let Min-hon get drunk. That way the two of them would naturally come together. Ji-won intentionally went to Sumin to reveal flagpole number 1. Sumin was indeed tricked. Ji-won ran to an empty place and intentionally hid the flagpole in her shirt. As a result, Sumin attacked from behind, but Ji-won grabbed her hair in return. What are you doing? Quickly let go of your hair, I'm so shocked. Ji-won was a little angry but felt extremely happy inside. Ji-won then asked Sumin if he wouldn't be angry. This was the luck of the game. If he hadn't jumped on him in the first place, nothing would have happened. Although Sumin was extremely angry, she couldn't do anything. But what happened just now was just Ji-won's imagination. In fact, Sumin grabbed Ji-won's hair from behind and threw her to the ground. In the end, Sumin quickly grabbed flagpole number 1 and threw flagpole number 4 on the ground. Did he really go into the water? That's why everyone was praising Ji-won so much. You quickly go find the person at that bridge and I'll take the mobile phone. Sumin thought that the other party was still easy to bully. Broken first. Unexpectedly, Ji-won suddenly grabbed her leg and stood up. The mobile car is in front of me, why do I have to be in that shack? After saying that, the two rushed to the bridge. At night, everyone gathered to talk about 8 things. Ji-won boasted that he had successfully taken the flagpole number 1 and got the most luxurious mobile car tonight. Su-min sat below, seething with anger. Then, Su-min went to find Ji-won and deliberately threw water on her. Why did you do that to me? What nonsense are you talking about? Why don't you give in to me? How long are you going to pretend like this? Your recent actions make me feel like I'm a bad person. You've been very upset with me lately. Simply because I don't like you anymore. I've tried not to show it, but it's not working. I only hate you because you always whine and act cute. And you even arbitrarily consider my things as yours. You thought it was cool, but it was actually really annoying. You were the one who agreed to let me do it. Now I take it for granted, so what's wrong? You made me think that way, and now you've changed. Yes, I always gave in to you, so you could complain. But now I don't want to do that anymore. To stimulate the wild beast in Su-min, Ji-won said she was going to marry Min-hong and have her own family. Therefore, Ji-won never wanted to be involved with Su-min anymore. After hearing that, Su-min was shocked to the core. If I did that, Su-min definitely wanted to punish me. If she thought I did that to her because I caught Min-hong, how would she punish me? I really can't drink anymore. Who would do that if I drank? I had to finish the cup. Oh my god, hurry up and finish it. Min Hong was drinking and accidentally met Su Min's eyes from afar. Seeing Su Min fondling the necklace she gave Min Hong, knowingly followed suit. What are you doing here? Do you want to tell me something? The two of them went to a deserted place and sat down to talk. Min Hong saw that Su Min was upset and originally wanted to explain to her. Su Min kept fiddling with the necklace he gave her. This action ignited the endless fire of desire in Min Hong's heart. Do you want to sleep with me? Will anything change after we sleep together? I am Kong Ji-won's boyfriend and you are her confidant. Maybe because of leaning, now I only care about the person in front of me. Min Hong hesitantly placed his hand on the other person's cheek. Su Min deliberately leaned on the other person's hand. At this moment, both of them could hardly hold back. The next second, the two of them rushed into a passionate kiss. Kong Ji-won, who was standing far away, saw this scene and could not hold back her tears of joy. Her efforts were finally rewarded. But Ji Xiao suddenly appeared behind her, covered Ji-won's eyes with his hand and took her away from that place. Ji-won suddenly felt extremely heartbroken. I didn't expect that those two people would be together so early in the previous life, and I was still foolish enough to be fooled. After calming down, Ji-won mentioned that Su Min was loved by many people in her previous life. Why did someone as sociable as Su Min choose to be her best friend? This made Ji-won extremely proud. Min Hong was the same. Even though he was both threatening and lustful, he was still able to give Ji-won a home. I'm really stupid, right? Everything is over, let those two continue to develop on their own. Today, she only needed to think about one thing. Kong Ji-won had won over herself as well as everyone else. Ji Xiaoyu gently held Ji-won's hand, wanting to make her feel more comfortable. Ji-won suddenly realized that if she were to be reborn alone, she would be very lonely. Luckily, Ji Xiaoyu was by her side. My life is like a peaceful novel written by the dominant hand, without worries, uncertainties, or conflicts, and everything went smoothly. So I'm glad I can go back to the past. I'm also glad I can talk to her like this. This is the most climax episode of the drama You Go and Marry My Husband. Min Hong thought that as long as he put on his pants, no one would know. He also intended to tell Ji-won about their relationship. After hearing that, Su Min was so angry that she gasped. After all, she wouldn't break up with him. Ji-won knew, but it only hurt her. They were good friends, there was no need to be like that. Even Su Min was speechless. She didn't expect Min Hong to be that kind of man. What shocked Su Min even more was that Min Hong wanted to maintain this ambiguous relationship with her. The next day, Su Min stood not far away, watching the two of them laugh and talk, feeling extremely uncomfortable. Suddenly, Assistant Zhang appeared behind Su Min and asked where she went last night. Su Min made up a random reason, then grabbed Assistant Zhang's hand and complained. Why don't good things happen to me? Everything that happens here is so bad for me. I want to sleep in a mobile car or a luxury tent. You're young, you have many opportunities. During the meal, Su Min stood from afar looking at Ji-won and Min Hong. The whole time, Min Hong didn't pay any attention to her. Su Min could only walk beside Assistant Zhang. Ji-won also didn't understand why Min Hong treated her like that. On the way back, Ji-won thought more and more about it. Ji-won even guessed that Min Hong might be worse than what she had thinking. Su Min was also very worried. As soon as he got home, Su Min got a little angry with Ji-won. Su Min threw away all the photos of the two of them together. In the end, Su Min swore that he would take Min Hong as his own. Min Hong went to the gym in a state of extreme bloodshed. He even bragged about his fighting achievements to his best friend. Wasn't that person his best friend and lover? That's right, but I only said one thing. Autumn has come, the atmosphere tonight is great. His best friend asked if Min Hong could bear the consequences. Min Hong suddenly thought of something. As soon as he arrived at the company, Min Hong started to shrink his neck like a turtle. Hearing that he had to go to market research with Su Min, Min Hong tried even harder to avoid it. Of course, Gi-won didn't pay any attention to this. Su Min left, leaving Gi-won a letter. On the cover was the words "Love Forever." Assistant Jong sat beside him, sighing as he looked at Su Min so seriously, hoping that this time she could become an official employee. Gi-won did not reply, but slowly opened the letter. In the letter, Su Min apologized for ignoring Gi-won's feelings. Su Min hoped that Gi-won could give her a chance to change. "I can't live without you because you are very precious to me. I will stay silent until you stop being angry." Gi-won felt sorry for Su Min. If you didn't know the ending, maybe after reading this letter you would have forgiven Su Min. Gi-hyo picked up the letter and read it, immediately feeling that Su Min's writing was quite good. At the same time, Eun-ho was working and suddenly remembered that Gi-hyo had come to him with the wine. "Quickly avoid me and use me. I'm really jealous of you." After drinking the wine, Gi-hyo began to tell Eun-ho about her boring life. It wasn't until she met Gi-won that Gi-hyo felt that her life was a little interesting. But he didn't deserve the love that was so hard to get. "I feel like you're more qualified than me because you're still alive 10 years later." Eun-ho understood but didn't understand. During the whole trip, Su Min and Min Hwan didn't say a word to each other. Su Min suddenly rolled her eyes, but Min Hwan didn't pay attention to her expression. Min Hwan only saw that Su Min was dressed very nicely today. While doing the next thing, Su Min took every opportunity to show off her charm. Just a simple action of hair powder made Min Hwan unable to take his eyes off her. Seeing Su Min go to the warehouse to buy ingredients, Min Hwan immediately finished the task in front of him and then used the excuse of going to work to run away. When Min Hwan arrived at the warehouse, he saw Su Min standing next to him writing notes. Min Hwan quickly went to ask Su Min what he was doing here. "Do you think I can use this?" As soon as Min Hwan opened the book, the content inside made him face him. "What do you want to do now? What do you think of my suggestion?" "The next part wasn't very good, let me see for you." The two were making love in the warehouse when they suddenly received a phone call. The product that Min Hwan was in charge of accidentally gave to an old man who was allergic to pine nuts. On top of that, there was no allergy warning on the product. The old man's family put all the responsibility on Min Hwan. Min Hwan suddenly remembered that Su Min was in charge of going to the warehouse to get the list of allergens. In the end, the two of them were only worried about the old man's allergies. Luckily, they took the old man to the hospital in time. They both sincerely apologized to the victim on the hospital bed. The old man's illness scared them both. Min Hwan said that no matter what they did, they couldn't make up for our negligence. "But I still have to sincerely apologize." Fortunately, the old man was easygoing and didn't calculate. After that, Min Hwan took the initiative to pay the hospital bill and gave some compensation. Su Min felt that Min Hwan didn't need to do that. Min Hwan was afraid that the company would find out and fire Heidi. It was the simplest thing to solve with money. However, it seemed like he had spent a lot of money. "It's okay, Min Hwan. Who are you? Your stocks have been going up a lot recently, so..." Before Min Hwan could finish speaking, the news that the director of TKU had fled abroad was broadcast on the TV behind him. This meant that all the stocks Min Hwan had invested in buying were lost. Ji-won smiled with satisfaction when she saw this news. The next day, Min Hwan cried in the break room. Ji-won comforted Min Hwan, saying, "What if I sell them all now? How the hell can I sell them? Of course, I had already placed a sell order, but everyone was selling at the lowest limit. So what should we do now? Can we just stop because the epidemic is over? Why are you bothering me so much? Can't I just marry one?" He told her that the current situation was more serious than she thought because she had a credit loan. What is credit? So how should he solve this mess now? Oh my God, what's the point of telling me? Right at this moment, Ji-won received a call from Ji-hyo. Ji-won lied that Assistant Jong found me something and ran away. This idiot, credit is not a problem now. It's because I'm still borrowing money from loan sharks. Actually, Ji-won also knew that Min-hwan was still borrowing money from loan sharks, but because of his pride, he didn't tell her. Min-hwan immediately went to find Soo-min to solve the problem. First, Min-hwan expressed his feelings for Soo-min. Then, Min-hwan said that he would marry Ji-won soon. If we had time, I would probably love you so much that I couldn't control myself. But fate stopped me. Min-hwan was very eager to say goodbye to this ambiguous relationship. He completely didn't see how Soo-min had turned her face. So you told me to shut up? What did you say, Soo-min? I definitely won't say anything, you don't have to worry. I just hope you can be happy. What the hell are you talking about? Then, Min-hwan will go to Ji-won. I asked you if you really like me. Of course you like me. Thank you for liking someone like me. Min-hwan said that he planned to marry Ji-won next year. But now he is in debt. All he has left is to smoke. Ji-won heard and knew that Min-hwan wanted to ask her for money. Before Ji-won could answer, Min-hwan observed her hesitation. Then Min-hwan picked up the bottle of wine and drank it all in one gulp. You are still young, but you are not in a hurry to get married. Money can be earned again. You can't say that, you are too old. Don't you think about children? I said I don't want children. To me, you are more important than anything else. That's true because I am the only son of the third generation of the family. How can I only think about myself? That's right, so what should we do? Ji-won, let's get married. Even though I can't give you a grand wedding like I planned. But tomorrow we will be a better family than today. I promise you. What family? I know you will feel weak when I mention the word family. You intend to shamelessly depend on me for the rest of your life, but you talk to me like you punched me in the arm. You still dare to open your mouth to mention family? Min-hwan was eager to hear Ji-won's answer. Min-hwan was afraid that now that he had become a proletarian, Ji-won would despise him. But Ji-won didn't answer Min-hwan's question. In her heart, she felt that he was really ridiculous. Ji-won confided in Ji-hyo about this. Now Min-hwan was penniless, but still wanted to marry her. Ji-won remembered that on her birthday, Min-hwan would use the money his parents invested in him. Min-hwan promised that if he made money, he would marry Ji-won. But unfortunately, Min-hwan failed in his investment and begged Ji-won to help him. Before going to the taekwondo gym, Ji-won looked at the land next to her. Ji-won remembered the stray cat she had raised when she was in school. Ji-won told Ji-seoya that she really wanted to take the cat home. But she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to take responsibility until the end, so she hesitated. Then the cat suddenly disappeared. Ji-won really regretted it. Ji-seoya told Ji-won that he had an unfortunate car accident that year because he was trying to save the cat. His leg was injured and he had to drop out of school early. Ji-won was very surprised when she heard that. She immediately ran to Ji-seoya's house. It was you, no wonder I felt you were so familiar. I didn't expect it to really be you. 2013 to 419 is my family's ink. You can come and visit me freely in the future. It doesn't matter if it's true. I'll come and visit you often in the future. The two of them played with the cat while discussing their next plan. Ji-won remembered that Min-hwan would propose on her birthday. Even though the scene was very ordinary, she felt extremely happy in her previous life. Thinking back now, Ji-won just felt nauseous. I really felt disgusted when I saw those horrible things. This is the first birthday since she was reincarnated. The speaker accidentally understood the meaning. On Ji-won's birthday, Ji-hyo used a flycam to combine the title of Ji-won's favorite song. Ji-won was immersed in happiness. Suddenly, Min-hwan appeared behind her. Min-hwan said, "Don't say anything, I prepared all of these for you. My princess, I love you." Min-Hone then put the engagement rings on Ji-won. The people behind enthusiastically congratulated the young couple. But everyone had their own thoughts. I will do everything for you. Ji-won won't realize that these are fake diamonds, right? No matter what she knew, one didn't dare throw them away. I absolutely will not let the two of them get married. You must be very annoyed to see me happy. That's right, so please use all means to marry my husband. This part ends here. Thank you for supporting me in the past time. I wish you all good health to support my heart. See you in the next parts. Goodbye and see you again. Bye-bye. Today's episode ends here. Thank you for watching. Now, goodbye and see you again.